Welcome to Unclicked.
Are we live?
We are live.
We are live.
Thank you for having me, guys. I'm stoked to be here.
Billy Perry joined us after BMX Day yesterday.
It was a great weekend.
Yesterday's. 2 days of BMX Day
2 days.
this year.
Yeah, a big switch up. Made it really sick. Having park and street.
Yeah,
you guys killed it. Congrats.
I appreciate it. Yeah, weekend. I'm very tired, but I'm glad to get this done.
Let them know it's 10 a.m. Monday morning.
10 a.m. Monday morning. There's coffee and water on the table. We got one ceremonious Dale sitting there that probably nobody will touch, but shout out.
I don't know. I've hung out with DeMarcus once. I've never seen DeMarcus drink beer, but one day in California, I remember he's like, this 8% IPAs in the fridge, and he just cracked it open, drank it. I'm like,
yeah,
there you
right
go.
Early.
Let me know if you want one of the heavy ones. 9%.
That probably would make me go to sleep.
I think that was like the one, maybe 1 out of 2 times I've ever seen you drink.
Well, you were feeding me drinks one day. We were at like a bar in New York, and he was just like on the side of the bar, just like looking from a distance, like look. But the waitress kept bringing me out drinks, and I was like looking around, like who the fuck is sending me these? Billy's over there giggling in the corner. So yeah,
that was my local spot.
Well, you came out for BMX Day, right?
Yeah, BMX Day. Also Merritt's here.
Okay.
Mike, Greg, Jack. Jack just went pro. Shout out to Jack.
Yeah, killed it yesterday.
He won yesterday.
Yeah.
Had a hell of a weekend for him.
Yeah.
Benthian's filming. Who else am I missing? Scramble brain. It's too early.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've had a hell of a weekend just hanging out. Also, figured it was really good timing to come out here. I have a few things going on I'd love to talk about throughout the podcast. And just also hanging out with my family too. They live up in Ramona, so
Ramona, really?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, that's crazy.
My sister,
have they always been up there?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I come out here a lot and usually just ride skate parks, hang out.
We rip the canyons.
Yeah, the canyons. Yeah,
Ramona's good for that.
Yeah, I got stuck behind like a plumbing truck on the whole way down. I thought I was gonna be late, going 20 miles an hour on the canyons. I'm like, I'm in a race car right now, just chilling.
Yeah. What kind of race car are you in right now?
A M4 CS, and it is. I looked yesterday. It's got track tires on it, the Cup 2 tires. It is. Ooh. I almost shit my pants when I got here. I was driving from LA to here. Picked it up from the press garage. Shout out to BMW USA, and that car is absolutely amazing. Like that's even compared to the M3, M4 regular competition. It's just the tuning, the map is just so aggressive and fast. You sit in it and you feel like you're in like a track car. It's
amazing.
Yeah,
it's good. So I've been having a good time, but it's a little scary. Yeah.
That's sick.
That's cool. As a wild looking car, inside and out. So, that is wild.
Not a good daily driver though.
How did the BMW thing come about? I always like
that's a long story. I feel like we should get into that later on. That's a long one we can dive into.
Well, I mean, I feel like most people know you from YouTube.
Yeah. Okay.
How were you just kind of like jumping into that as like part of what you were doing with your boys and stuff like that?
No. I mean, yeah, when I got back into it, but YouTube was just natural for me back early on. I think when I was in middle school or even, I had a flip phone or one of those chocolate phones my mom got me, and I would just go around town with my friends and film like 8-second clips and just post them to YouTube. This is like 2008. You could still see all those videos on there. It's my old channel, Billy Rides a Device, which was funny back when they had the monetization first come out. I got banned on monetization because everyone thought they were doing me a favor. Like all the people, I probably had like a couple thousand subscribers on there, and they were just clicking my ads. And then I got banned on the monetization, so I had to start a new channel.
Wow,
that was really cool. I mean, I just always loved going out and filming videos and just going back, and I would just watch the clips over and over. It could just be like a feeble on a ledge, and I'm like, oh my god, I feebled a ledge. Like, this is so sick. And then I'm like, what could I do the next day? And just going around town. Building dirt ramps with my friends, going to the skate park. Just documenting at an early age. And that really, I feel like throughout the years, it kind of died a little bit. And I focused more on just riding, like trying to really go out and film video parts and be with Volume in California and really focus on just putting that 1-2 video parts out a year and frame promos and whatnot. And I lost a little bit of touch with what I really, really enjoyed starting out doing, and that was the videos. And then one day it just clicked. Like I remember it was like a switch. I'm like, I don't care if I go pro anymore. Like I want to do exactly what I want to do. And this was around like a few months before I went pro for Volume, and they made that amazing video for me. Shout out to them. That was so cool. But I was just like, okay, I was really happy with my I think it was 2015 Volume 1 part, which we put in a lot of effort and work and time for that. And Mastroni too. And that was amazing. I was proud of that. And then I was just like, okay, I did it. I did my part. I had so much fun doing that. I worked my ass off on that. And
you did, yeah.
I was just like happy. I was happy with the results, and I was like, I want to go back and just, I don't want to wait, you know, half a year to put out a video. I want to go out with my friends and document this. And I think I just tried it out one day and went to the city, I think with Jake and like, I forget who else, but it was a simple video riding around New York City downtown. And it was like, it clicked, and I was like, I'm doing this. Like,
yeah.
And then I did one video with the chest mount with the GoPro on at the time. And, I put it out, and I thought people were going to, oh, it's corny, you know? Because that's kind of the connotation I feel like YouTube had at the time. And I put it out, and people really received it well. It just went to a different audience, I feel like, than maybe core BMX riders. And even some of them liked it. So it's just different. It was just raw, riding through New York City, having fun. And then I was like, okay, I had fun doing this. I'm onto something. And I just kind of realized that's what I wanted to just keep doing, and it just made sense. And yeah, and then I went pro for volume like right after. I'm like, holy shit, everything it's happening. This is nuts. Like, how did this all happen at once? And yeah, so I mean, I probably missed on a lot. I know back in the early days, like I was friends with Adam LZ. I'm still friends with Adam LZ, but I remember he copied my bike, the blue and orange bike, which I just did something like a little homage to the blue and orange bike. I don't know if you guys are from back then, you probably remember some of that. Yeah. LZ had the same bike. We did a collab video at my local skate park, and I think Matt Ray too I did a video with, and just like the whole Long Island scene was amazing back then. But that was way before the Billy Perry YouTube. That was like the Billy Rad's Device days. And yeah, that was okay. Yeah, that was fun times, man. I love that. That was just really pushing each other, you know. Everyone's coming up. There was like, I wouldn't say competitive, but everyone was just pushing each other to be really, really good. And that's like when Robbie Morales was coming out and doing a bunch of stuff in the scene. Everyone's trying to get on Colt, I feel like. So everyone was just trying to prove themselves a little bit. Yeah, like Grant, Bill, all of them, Justin, Austin, all my friends back then. I'm still friends with them.
Really sick crew. Yeah.
Yeah, so Long Island was sick. It still is. I still live there. I mean, I love leaving. I love going traveling, but I love coming home to Long Island. So.
Oh, that's so sick to hear. Yeah. For a lot of people that don't know, before freestyle, you used to race, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like how did do you remember, like, what's your earliest memory? Yeah, earliest memory.
I don't know. I probably saw something, but my sister had like a little Barbie bike with training wheels, and I was 2.5 years old. And I just remember riding that thing, and I took the training wheels off and set up a piece of wood kicker in the driveway into grass, and I was just like hooked from that moment on. It just clicked, and then I was like diving into everything BMX related, from like Dave, Mira to my mom. Shout out to my parents, by the way, mom and dad. Yeah, I would not be here without them. My mom has like chronic migraines, and she would always, no matter what, if she was sick, she would take me to everything. Like, she would do her best, take me to Jersey, to Incline Club, take me to any contest or jam going on, Tony Hawk's Boom Boom Huck Jam, where I met Nyquist. I think I was like 4 or 5 years old or something. I showed him the photo at Simple Session a few years ago. I'm like, yo, check this out. This is us like 20-something years ago, whatever it was.
Wow.
Yeah, that was really cool. So yeah, and then I got into racing, and that was like, I feel like that's a really good foundation for BMX.
Ironically, this is a photo I shot of Nyquist in '97 that I had him sign at the X Games.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, like shot it, got it printed, came back to X Games the next day and had him sign it.
That's amazing.
97? Wow.
Yeah, I love that.
Pretty funny.
Our early 90s memories with Nyquist.
Yeah,
pretty amazing. So, started racing. I was into that for a few years. I love that. It just got really competitive, and I realized that, like, you know, the sprockets kept getting bigger, everything. Kids started growing a little bit bigger than I did. I didn't really have a growth spurt until I was in like probably 10th grade in high school. So I just fizzled out of like the competitive. My chicken legs weren't really going that strong. I still have chicken legs. So. I was like, this is fun, but I'm like tired of getting second and third. Like, there's one kid just kicking everyone's ass. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to, you know, I want to hit the skate park. My mom got me a Harrow 360 Mira for Christmas one year. And yeah, I learned why I do switch bars now a lot, and I think I'm fairly good at them, is because I raised the seat really high, learned how to pinch, and I would just pick up bar, switch.
Ooh, okay.
And I would do the exact motion I do now, like overhand catch almost. And I learned how to roll off an X Factor ramp and just like do it.
That's amazing.
But then when I tried learning them for real, I would do the hop X ups or the sketchies. You know? And then so
how to switch bar. So
that could be it.
Very,
Yeah, and then I learned regular bar spins like the right way, and it took me a few years to get back to switch bars. Then I was like on a 20-inch and stuff. So I mean, man, but that was like one of my early memories of just like, oh, I could bar spin. This is sick. Just pull up bar with the seat. I still do them the same way. So I don't know. Yeah, racing was good, but I think I took a few years off of racing. And then I got really into baseball. I played baseball growing up, karate, just, trying all the sports, football, everything, just normal kid stuff and skateboarding. And I was like, yeah, this is all cool and all. But I think getting cut from the varsity baseball team was like one of the best things that ever happened to me.
What position did you play?
I was a pitcher, a closer, and a second base player. But I wasn't I was okay at hitting, but I wasn't hitting them out of the park. I was too scrawny,
Yeah.
So I was just good. I was a pitcher. I had a crazy curveball, and that was my thing. But then obviously I didn't have my growth spurt, never did. So it just fizzled out, and I just focused on riding from there.
Pretty sure I remember seeing a photo of you on the refrigerator, in uniform.
Yeah, you've been over a few times. Just hanging out in the living room with Tiki the bird.
The bird, yeah.
Bird.
That pose right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, then that was good. I'm glad I got cut. Some things I feel like in life, the best things happen to me after the toughest moments or the hardest realities, breaking my ankle in Spain, getting cut from the team. You just have to sit back, take a step back and look at what you really want to do and take time to evaluate, and then be like, all right, this is what I want. This is what I'll focus on. And sometimes that's hard, Yeah. But that's what I've learned over the years, whether it's financially, anything. It's just toughest times. If it's life testing you have to get past that and push through. And I like that, because sometimes it presents itself in a crazy way and you don't want to deal with it. This is random, but I was flying from Munich to, flying somewhere to Munich, and I had 2 weeks left on a trip, and I was having the best time ever. And then my landlord hits me, and she's like, yeah, I sold the building. Got to be out by the end of the month. And it's
this is the store, right?
Yeah, this was a store.
And the first location, right?
Yeah. And they had it for sale for a year. I had no idea until a few months before that. So I knew the day was coming, but sick timing. I'm it was the 26th, 2 weeks left of a trip in Germany. I had so many plans. And then she's like, yeah, you got to be out by the end of the month. And I'm like, yeah, I'm on a plane leaving Helsinki to Munich right now.
Wow.
It's not happening. I mean, they probably did that just so they could keep the security deposit.
Yeah.
Damn, thanks. Cool. But that worked out amazing,
And that's the FTL store, right?
Yeah, now I have a new spot that's even better. So it's just, worked out. Stressful, but it worked out, and now I have a sick spot again. So
yeah,
it's amazing.
Fall upwards.
Yeah, fall upwards. Yeah.
That's the ride thing with me and stuff like that. It was you fall upwards. You ends up panning out better in the end, but that process to get there is.
And now look, we're here doing this. This room is amazing, by the way. Now, you guys can only see a little part of it, but really,
it is really sick.
This is BMX.
Yeah.
This is
I appreciate
so cool.
it. Yeah,
I do get chills every time I walk in here. It seriously, because it is a real big history lesson, but also a lot of current stuff too. So,
yeah. It's cool. I need to get better about being oh, you're gonna come do the podcast, bring, if you have some piece of memorabilia or something like that. That's how the stuff gets on the wall, and I just kind of forget because and I'm sure you have so much cool shit. So maybe we'll sort it out afterwards. Maybe I can put a BMW M4 CS in the garage
or
something. Maybe
to have the M5 wagon in
yeah. Well, I don't know if that's out yet. I just found that out too. So
just last week. Well, we'll touch on that.
I guess the YouTube versus pro rider versus the term influencer. I feel like that is a poignant topic to touch on, and where you kind of see yourself.
Yeah, I guess I fall in that. I mean, it's funny because Ralphie Ramos always breaks my balls. I guess if you Google my name on Google, you'll just see internet personality. Yeah. So he'll call Jaron an influencer because every time he gets brought up on this podcast, I see all the podcasts. Influencer term gets thrown around. And then he's like, oh, my favorite influencer and internet personality.
That's amazing.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just BMX. I owe my whole life to BMX. I love BMX. It's every day, whether it's through FTL or whatever I'm doing, it's all comes back to BMX. And I feel like with BMX you just do whatever you want. It doesn't really matter, as long as you're not really I feel like burning bridges and all that stuff and leaving bad taste in people's mouths. Just do what you want, and if you get put into that category of influencer, BMX rider, YouTuber, whatever it is, just I don't know. I'm happy that I chose to do the YouTube stuff back in 2015, I think, was when I switched to just like focus fully on going out and filming videos and having fun. And like I have zero regrets, because I go back on those videos sometimes and I'm like, yeah, this is such a good day. Or, you know, my first trip to Estonia, I'll never forget leaving the country for the first time and going out and like,
wow,
it snowed the first day. I'm like, oh, we're not gonna be able to ride street. And then the next day it was sunny, and I just had like the craziest 3 days of street riding in Estonia, where I've never really seen besides like Greg Illingworth do something. He did that big gap, and I'm like, I need to go to that spot. And it was insane. So just like, and who knows, if I didn't do that, maybe I would have just, you know, rode the contest and not went out and rode street and documented it. But like, those are some of my favorite memories of just going out raw filming, no expectations, just finding a good song, putting it over, learning the process of learning how to edit and stuff. I don't know if I answered your question, but I'm just going off on a
no,
tangent.
yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good at it. And I think like YouTube, in that sense, it gives you an excuse to like get off the couch in a lot of ways, you know, like it's easy to stay stagnant once you're doing that, but you're like, all right, I'm trying to do a video a month. Like, you know, you set the bar.
I go through
reasonable.
waves. Like, I did back when I was filming like every day with Augie and Panza, like we were just going out and burning ourselves out. But I always loved it. I always do like, to keep it realistic, like 3 to 6 videos a month. And that was on the high end, maybe 8 sometimes. And that was crazy. That was like, I'm a very slow editor, so I like to take my time.
Yeah, same.
Augie was doing every day for like 450 days in a row. And I think he had like, just resented it at the end, you know, and then he had a bad taste in his mouth towards even me still doing YouTube, but I never got burnt out on it. If I just was like, oh, okay, I don't really feel like doing a video this week, I'll just chill and I'll go out and ride and not film, and then come back when I really want to do it. Like right now, I've been so busy with life, I still have videos from November, and right now it's July, that I have to film. Like I have to sit down and edit. So I'm like, one day I'm just gonna wake up and be like, I really want to get this video done, but it has to be, I have to want to do it. It doesn't. Money doesn't motivate me or anything like that. It's just, you know, because if
it's in you,
there's money to be made on YouTube, and that's it. Everyone knows that. Like, there's ad revenue, and if there's people that can go out and film tons of videos and make tons of money. Like, I follow a guy from Brazil that posts 3 videos a day. Like, I met him once, and I'm like, this guy, every video's like 1 million views.
Oh wow!
I'm like, this guy's killing it.
Yeah.
But I can never do that. Doesn't matter. I have to want to be able, you know, want to do it. So I'm surprised there's not that many younger kids stepping into the YouTube realm.
So do you like that? That's such a good point. And like, what would you say to any up and coming BMXer or just any BMXer in general about maybe wanting to get into YouTube?
Hardest part is starting, man. You can talk about it, and I've done this with other things. You can talk about it for months. You can get all the gear. I was gonna live stream some stuff in the city, and like I got all the gear. I wanted to just ride around, set up some sort of camera, and ride around the city and just see how it worked out. I got all the gear, and I didn't start. I made a kick or whatever, or not a kick, whatever, the Twitch thing. Hardest part is to start and actually do it and test it out. And I feel like just go out and film, and then you'll look back at the footage, and even if it sucks, nobody has any expectations when you first start. And I think that's the beauty of it. So if I put out a video now, I have 8 years of videos that you can compare them to and be like, okay, the riding in this one sucks, the spot sucks, music sucks, whatever. But if you don't have any expectations, that's the best thing. You can put out the worst video ever, and you know, you might think it's good, or like you might think it's the worst, but nobody cares. Like, they just want to see you try. I feel like that's the beauty of it. People want to see you try and like progress in little ways. And just go out and start. You're not missing anything by doing it.
Nice.
When did YouTube really start to like pay off, I guess, monetization wise? I mean, we all know about the waterpark video, but
it was before that. I started making a little bit of money. I had not a full-time job. I had a part-time job at a college that my mom got me, which I would just go after. I went to college for 2 years, and I would just 2 days a week at college, 2 days a week working part-time job.
That was partially while you were filming the part 1 in volume 1, right?
And I had the Xterra, and all my money from the school would just go into the gas to the Xterra, because that thing would eat fuel.
The Xterra.
Yeah, I would drive to the city like 3-4 days. You know, the time that I wasn't at school or work, I would drive to the city and just like, I'd have like $20 in my pocket and just go out and get it. And that was what was the question? I totally
like when it started to like be enough where you could almost like quit that part-time job, and you're like, all right, this is real. You know?
Yeah.
Well, I probably would have stayed at the part-time job if this didn't happen, if the water park thing didn't happen, because the news crew was showing up. I'll get into that. But, Started making like a couple grand here and there, and like, okay, I have, I think I had like $1,500 in my bank account. I was like, let's go to Spain. We'd do this trip, like 12 of us stay in like this shitty little Airbnb and like 12 of us in a room. And that was my second international trip. I went to Estonia, and that was amazing. Made a couple of videos, and still working this job. So not really paying off yet. FTL still from 2012 when I started that to 2016 never made a profit. Like, you would just make shirts and just give them to the homies and just like, okay, maybe get a couple dollars to make more shirts. So 2016 rolls around, summer, I go to Spain. I had a layover in Ireland. That was super cool. And then we went to Spain. I went out to go find a seat post bolt because mine lost in the bag or whatever, it fell out. Go to a spot after hitting the bike shop, warmed up for like 5 minutes. The boys get there. I'm like, yo, I want to film this stupid little like backlash line to 180 Smith cab, full cab thing, whatever, cool. Did it a couple times, wanted to like clean it up, and then just backlash, looped out, snapped my ankle in half, and then
oh man,
they took me to a private hospital. I mean, that clip's still on YouTube. You can find it on my YouTube channel. They took me to a private hospital in Spain, and I had to pay out of pocket. I think it was 1,200 or 1,400 euros, and that was like all the money I had. And I was arguing with them like, yo, I don't have money. Like, I can't pay to get out of here. And they're like, yeah, you do. You're here in Spain on holiday. You can pay. And I'm like, ah, shit. Like, I got to get a new flight home. I can't afford,
Yeah.
So shout out. My mom bailed me out of that one. But
that's so sick.
that was a blessing in disguise. That was the other moment that I think really changed
here we go.
My life.
Yeah. I mean, it's one that we watched, I guess.
I hate.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not trying to bring it up too much, but
I think the hardest part was coming back after and doing this trick, because that always happens. Like, sometimes you loop out on a.
I don't want to see it, actually.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah,
I don't actually want to see it. So.
Is that you laughing right there on the ground? You're hurt.
Probably. I thought I broke my. Was it the fibia? Is the top part?
Yeah. Because
you just hear a snap and you feel a crack and snap, and I thought my whole leg broke, and I was like, oh, it's just the ankle. Like, it's not out of the skin or anything. It's fine. It's like, this sucks. Dang. It ruined my whole summer, but it was fine. But that when I came home from that, I had time to reflect and just sit down and chill. Now I could be like, oh, I could just sit home and do nothing, or I can like, I have FTL, and I'm like, I could really try and do something. Mm-hmm. So I think like the next YouTube check came in that month, which was probably like, I don't know at the time, like $1,200 or $2,000 from, I was posting a shit ton of videos, and I took all that money and just dumped that with the rest of the little bit of money I had from FTL, dumped that into like bike lights and hoodies, and was like, I'm going in. Like, nice. It's all or nothing. Yeah, which, I mean, I was still living with my parents, so I had nothing much to lose, but like, I had a part-time job, and I had no money after that, and then that was like, okay, the hoodie sold out, the bike lights sold out. I'm like, let's fucking do this. Like, this is what I want to do. And I always loved graphic design and stuff. In high school, that's what I was doing. Shout out to Miss Myers. She'll probably watch this.
Oh, that's so sick. Shout out to Miss Myers, yeah.
Yeah, she's the only teacher I actually keep in touch with and remember from high school, which is cool. So I always loved graphic design. I went to college for that, but I just didn't really, I wanted to ride BMX. So, that I had a lot of downtime to do graphics and stuff like that and just really play around with that. And then that's when I came back from my injury. It was like 2.5 months. I started pedaling around again. Then November rolled around. That was Thanksgiving. That was the water park fiasco.
Okay.
I mean, that's just like another, BMX riders hop fences all the time. It's just another day. And I was vlogging all the time. It's just normal shit, like not stressing it. And I don't think nobody was stressing it. It's like, oh, we're BMX riders, we're hopping in. Everyone knew that we were filming. Like, the only thing I regretted at the time was like, oh, I'm in there. Oh, yeah, I look like
37.
5 in the morning. I look like shit. Everyone's like, you got lipstick on. I'm like, bro, if I knew this video was going viral, I would have been like, okay, I'm going to film this better and do a better job. And it, like, looking back on it now, it's funny, but I don't know. I try not to regret anything. Mm-hmm. I think you learn from your mistakes, and yeah, it's just like, I mean, your mistakes are what make you great if you can learn from them. Like, right now, I'm not going to go in, even if a water park, is like presenting itself to me. I'm like, nah, I got too much to lose. I'm not going to do that, you know? But yeah, it happened, and then it blew up overnight. I think 1 million views. Me and Panza were on the news. I think the only person I put in this video was me, Panza, and Johnny Nemesek, which I mean, everyone knew we were filming, but like I asked them, like, "Hey, do you want your tags in here?" They're like, "Yeah, let's do it, cool." Because nobody thought this was happening.
It's like just like you said, another day riding.
Another day of riding. it's funny because I don't even know like two of these dudes. I don't even know their name still. They were just like, yeah, we're down for the ride. We'll do it. Like,
that's sick.
Yeah. Yeah, it happened. 1 million views overnight. I think LZ commented on it. He's like, yeah, it's going to go viral. And I was like, oh shit. It did. Yeah, and I was LZ, actually looking at a studio to rent for FTL in Brooklyn at the time. I had a meeting and then I got out of there right after looking at it. And that's when my phone was blowing up and like, yo, you're all over the news. I'm like, what do you, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't get the studio. Let me see what's panning out with this. Yeah, and that happened. And dude, it's Long Island. It's small town stuff. Yeah. Like, this was the biggest. They made us out to be like real felony criminals doing dangerous shit. I mean, look, we're riding on bikes on slides. Like,
yeah.
Like having a good time. Like, hey, check it out. This looks like a half pipe. Let's ride this.
Was that place open then or no?
Yeah, I think they got really mad because it looked real shitty.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And they took it like, people were like, oh, he's riding an abandoned water park. But it wasn't abandoned. It was just it just looks
just down for the winter or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think they took it like a little pride hit. And yeah, it's just funny because I get comments on this video still, and they're like, yo, you guys are like urban ghost lore legends or whatever. Still like talk about you over here.
And then, I mean, you got in like actual legal trouble.
Yeah,
but then like the video never went down. I always expected the video to come down.
When they read me my, it was like a year of just bullshit.
Did you get arrested too?
Yeah, we had to turn ourselves in. It was like funny though. Like we turned ourselves in, and they're like, yeah, like just come in whenever, like this week or next week. Like, because it's like the cops knew. They're like, this is just a story they're blowing up on the news.
Yeah.
Like there was a white Escalade sitting outside my parents' house for a week. I had to stay with Ashley, my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time. Uh-huh. She had an apartment with her coworker, her best friend, and I had to stay with them for the week. And I came home like the next week. It was like Monday, like the next week at 6 a.m. I pull in the drive with the Xterra. News lady comes running out, camera. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm like, this is not even a thing. Like,
oh, that's crazy.
I'm like, you have nothing going on. Like,
wow.
They're like, I guess another DUI or another like whatever. It's just another story.
Yeah.
They're like, these are the water park vandals. Get them. I mean, it's pretty funny.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Now,
it had to be so stressful at the time, though.
Yeah, it was because you didn't know, because people were like, oh, you're gonna get hit with felony. It's like you did $250,000 damage. They sent a whole bunch of letters to my friends who weren't even like, one of them wasn't even living in the States at the time.
Yeah. Or
in the state. Yeah. And they just looked at the FTL site, and I think they hit like Grant, Justin Cobley, Zach Marin, who were just like dudes they saw on the website, and just like they weren't even there.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I guess it's kind of bullshit. Like they were throwing 6-figure numbers around in the lawsuit like thing, and I'm like, yeah, I was stressed. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I made a mistake. It happens, but it just ended up being a trespassing charge. And they hit us with a maximum, which is like $3,000.
That was it, and you didn't have to pay the park or anything. They didn't. Like...
No, they didn't sue. I forget why. Wow, maybe they didn't have like a strong stance of like that we did any actual damage.
Yeah.
Maybe I think we grounded a bench. Like what is that like? I don't know, for
$600. Yeah, something like that.
So yeah, I guess they checked it. We didn't do much damage. But yeah, got lucky with not having a felony and not having to pay $200,000 in restitution. And
see, at no point, like I was always just impressed because when you have all this pressure, you think you're like, all right, I'm going to pull the video down. So then at least like nothing else can come.
It's already up.
You know?
They have it. They had it. They had it in court. It's there was nothing. And then I had to do like 100 hours of community service, plead guilty, and take the video down. But when they read my thing in court, they only asked, hey, did you do your 100 hours of service? I said yes. Do you plead guilty? Yes. And that was it. I talked to my lawyer. I'm like, you didn't say anything about the video coming down. Just let it run. So
wow.
I'm like, okay, cool.
Like, crazy. And then obviously you made more than $3,000 on 37 million views. Yeah. Is it still just kind of like, is it like an evergreen one? Or
no. I feel like the Walmart bike videos are like evergreen because it's a product review. This is like a little bit more on the edgy side of things, so it wasn't as good as people think. Like, if you do like, I mean, you know, like certain categories, like you do a bike review from Walmart, and it's like, oh, you're doing unboxing, product testing, and people want to run high ads on that. People don't want to run high ads on kids breaking into criminal trespass.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
So
especially, I mean, these days for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because back then they didn't have that divide of like, like dangerous content or like content with a bunch of curse words. It was just that's why it was like they had like the Coca-Cola ads on the PewDiePie guy talking about Nazis and stuff. And then that like changed everything.
They filtered through that.
Yeah, so I probably should delete that word, honestly.
Oh yeah, so the money I made from that video, I was in LA doing a Peep Game collab with FTL, and I remember that video also made me like lawyer up, get an accountant, figure my shit out, because I had never paid a tax up until then. Like I was just, free,
it'll sort itself out.
Yeah, whatever, figure it out. So I settled everything there. It took some money to do that, and then I remember my accountant went through, and this is 2017 or 2018, because I didn't pay taxes the year before, and I was with Steve, and I had a good amount of money in my bank account from FTL, and then we were doing this video, and I had Pete and Jamari out there with me, and then my accountant calls me. He's like, "Hey, you owe this much money," and I was like, "You're leaving me with $600 in my bank account, and like I have to do shit out here." Like, he's like, "Yeah, you owe this much money," so poof, all gone. Yeah. Got some of it back after write-offs and stuff, but like, yeah, that was tough. Yeah, that was really tough.
Yeah. That reality that's advice that young people definitely need to figure out. If you don't have a normal job and you're a gig worker, you have side hustles and you make money on the side without paying taxes.
Pay your damn taxes.
Because shit will build up and it will hurt.
They'll take every single penny.
They will add fines and you will pay interest. It is not fun. So
I remember I learned that lesson from Austin Augie. He I think he had a pizza delivery job back in like before he moved to New York, and he didn't pay taxes or whatever, and then he got his check from Timberland, and that was like his big gig that he moved to New York with, and took that money and got an apartment. And then we were out riding one day, and he was just like, what the fuck? Like, there's $0 in my bank, and
they just took
like
it.
IRS God, I'm like, they can do that.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, pay your taxes.
There's been a lot of stories. A lot of people don't talk about that. There's been a lot of pro riders over the years. Yeah, that because I think school doesn't realize that. Maybe school these days, because I feel like a lot of kids are, the idea of working for yourself or having a side hustle, not the traditional job, is more prevalent these days. But back in my day, they never talked about that. So pretty
also
wild.
with this world, everything, at least for me, everything is digital. Yeah, I can't hide a transaction. There's nobody's giving me cash ever. It's all there. So
I honestly have no idea how to write off all the money that I gave this weekend. Like, I need to kind of, somebody was like, "You 1099ing people?" And I'm like, I don't really think anybody, like maybe a few, Jack and Sandoval like made over $1,000, So it's not really. It's like
anything over 600 is
600. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Like, do I need a 1099 Jack? I don't think so. I don't know.
I've given 1099s to people that have never even like heard the word or paid a tax. And I was like, I have to give this to you. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I have to cover my shit.
Yeah, maybe I will.
If you do watch this and you got money on BMX Day, contact Fudger.
Yeah. So, it is an important lesson for sure to get that going. And then, so obviously, outside of the money aspect of this video, it kind of thrust you into a different level of like.
Yeah, I think I got like 300,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
In like, I think 100,000 overnight, and then 300,000 subscribers over like the course of the month or something.
And then
something ridiculous.
What's your video after the water park? Are you sweating like I feel like when you have something like that, you don't even care.
I posted a Instagram photo of me in Puerto Rico on the bowl on the water, and people just thought I left. They're like, "Oh, he's a criminal. He dipped." Puerto Rico's still the States.
Oh, that's such a good thing. You got like the news lady running up on you, like he's skipping town. He's like,
I don't think I ever really talked about the news lady thing.
No, that's the first time I ever heard it. That's extremely
I feel like I had some good stuff in here written down that I wanted to talk about that I never really did.
I could put myself in when I've had like heat like that, and like nothing ever on that level, and I would be so stressed out. So to hear how like kind of relatively calm you were, and I assume it kind of your parents were relatively chill too.
My dad was chill. My mom was a little stressed out. Yeah. My mom cares about, like, when I was a kid, I used to have cops coming to the door, like, he's destroying property, like, feeble grinding stuff. And, like, my mom would be like, you can't do that. And my dad would just be like, Tell him to get out of here. Who gives a shit?
The GoPro, all the GoPro BMX stuff. You were never actually sponsored by GoPro.
That's actually what I wanted to talk about. Yeah, because after Feeble Talk, you brought me to the GoPro. Yeah, you brought me to GoPro headquarters, and they gave me a nice care package, and they basically said, "Hey, we all know your videos, we all like them, but we can never do anything with you officially
because it's illegal."
Yeah. And I was just like, "Wow, you guys are lame, lame." Shout out to Insta360, they are the best because they don't care. They're like, we love your videos. They'll put them in their advertisements. Like
over these years, millions and millions and millions of views. And I remember taking you there and being like, that you've never. Like, I think we had the conversation. I was like, they've never reached out to you. They don't hook you up at all. Like, you don't even get a free GoPro. And I was like, I'll take you to the office.
Go to the playlist. I don't know if you could see the views, but go to the GoPro series. And I think Insta360 wanted me to work with me. And then we did a few years of just like, or 2 years of like, do a campaign here. And I could still use GoPro and like my other videos and stuff.
Right here.
And then I think they were just like, how can you see the GoPro series? Because they're all... Yeah, with all the views, they're like, there's only a few. There's one that got age restricted or limited ads that got 100,000 views, but all the other ones are like 1 to 14, 16 million views. Like
13, 2, 1, 1, 14, 3.
Yeah, the Estonia one's like I think one of the most viewed videos from Estonia ever. Like, that's way more people than they have in Estonia.
Yeah, millions and millions of views. It just GoPro is the first word. Yeah, pretty crazy.
And they didn't. Yeah, so whatever.
Yeah. Even the waterpark one had GoPro. I didn't realize that. Yeah.
That's a lot of free promo on that for them.
Yeah, it is.
But I use the name for the, people see GoPro and they
lets them know what they were getting at that point too. Yeah. The POV didn't really necessarily have the same
No, it doesn't have the same. But I think that's why Insta360 found me and then they wanted to work together and now I'm exclusive to them, which is great because they really support. And they do cool shit all the time. Like they just had me at that Swatch event with Dennis, which was really cool.
Oh, cool.
Is that the one was it in Texas?
Yeah. That was cool.
Yeah, I haven't seen much from that outside of a couple posts like immediately after.
So I have a video coming from there too.
One in the queue.
I think it was like this. It was a lot of and it's in the queue. A lot of the videos were like very surf focused and stuff.
Yeah,
I tried to film everything because it's a sick event. There's surfing, skating, BMX. Like it's just
the mini ramp floating above the water.
So sick.
Like
that's cool.
I'm glad you asked that question though, because that was on my list of things to talk. I never talked about that. And thank you for bringing me there, by the way.
Yeah. It was
eye opening. I went home like, I got this sick package, but they don't care.
Well, it's good to have an answer. Finally, So
sometimes the hardest part is just getting in the door and like kicking it down. Usually it works out. Usually like get in the door, meet somebody, and you're like, oh, you make a connection.
Yeah,
it usually works out. They're straight up.
At that point, it was like the GoPro headquarters was a mile or 2 miles from the transport office.
And I think they were going through a tough time because the drone had just like flopped for them. So they had like half of an office there. Like half the people just got laid off. That's what it seemed like. It was empty.
You mentioned something earlier about like gift in disguise and like starting. When I asked you about the YouTube and it's like, what advice would you give any person that wanted to do it? He's like, just starting. So with you even doing the GoPro stuff, if you wouldn't have started, Insta360 wouldn't be.
No, exactly. And now it's so easy to go out and film. Like I say this, obviously I'm sponsored by Insta360, but that camera seriously changed my life as far as social media goes.
Wow.
You can look at my Instagram, my TikTok, and then you can look at my YouTube, and I'll post the same clips, wide and tall, and you've used 360 cameras. You can edit it, and you don't lose any field of view because you can just pull it back, pull it in. It's like I had Jaron film me in Japan. He never used a 360 camera, and the lenses are facing 2 different ways. He's like, what am I doing? Like, where does it go? I'm like, just run next to me and hold it there, and I'll figure it out editing. And the clip is insane. Wow. I showed a few people yesterday. I'm like, it's his first time using a 360 camera. So it's like the point of entry to get into YouTubing or just TikTok or whatever you want to do right now is so low. It's so easy. It's just save up for an action camera. You can do it off the phone too, but I feel like there's more. You want to go out, film one thing, and be able to post it twice, get a 360 camera. Just take the time it learns, half a day to learn how to edit.
Nice.
Change your whole
I got a little jaded on them because back in the day, that felt like it was so hard to deal with the footage. But now I feel like it's gotten so much easier.
Mike Brennan was filming. I gave Mike Brennan an X4, and he was at the jam yesterday with the thing there. He filmed it, edited it, had it to max VU in like 10 minutes after like the whole jam session was done. Mike's like, yo, sick. Airdrop. You'll see Mike Brennan out here with the The 40-foot pole, the Mike Brennan,
Mike
shredding the jam yesterday. Yeah,
fuck yeah,
boss man.
That was sick to see him do the like go down and up the rail and do something, and just like the reaction from the crowd. Like just
he tweaked his back like 2 days ago riding. He was still out there getting it.
He's so savage. I went on a trip, like a marriage trip when I was on like in 2013, and he was hurt. He was just riding. It's like, how are you still riding?
Something
you can barely walk,
always
bro.
happens to Mike on a trip.
You can barely walk, and he's riding. So that is good to hear that he's out there getting it yesterday.
I'm interested to do the podcast with him tomorrow, because I always thought of him as being like a pretty wild dude, and to see him like kind of come out the other side, being a business owner and stuff, and being like, from what I can tell, very put together and having his shit in where it should be is pretty cool. Yeah. So
it's great hanging out and talking with him and just being partners with him now, and like he is the man. Like one of the coolest people I've ever met, as far as like no matter what, if I have an idea, he's like, that's amazing, let's do it. Like, when do we start? Like he is the most supportive guy. There's no, I don't think that's a good idea, that's not gonna sell, or maybe we should do something else. No, he's just like, think it's good, let's do it. We're doing it. And like it's worked out. He's the fucking man. Shout out to Mike Brennan.
Shout out to Mike.
Apologies for my language.
When I guess you were on Volume for a few years, you were on Volume for a few years. How does that, like... That
was great.
It was a good time period. It obviously came to an end.
Columbus TM as well.
And then you're on Rickson now, or owner.
Shout out to Kenny Hirsch for Volume, by the way. Kenny
shout out to Kenny. Yeah. Dude, I haven't thought about him in a while. Hope he's doing good.
I owe most of everything in BMX as far as sponsorships to Kenny Hirsch. He got my foot in the door at Volume. I won the Biz Frame, the RJ20R, on a Twitter contest. I feel like Kenny had some pull in that. I did a retweet. Next thing you know, I had a black Biz Frame, and I love that bike. And then I think Chris Long put on Matt Ray, and we were two grassroots riders, and we worked our way up. I think he ditched to somewhere else, and then I worked my way up to pro after like 6 years. I don't know. Then 2015. Yeah, I was on Volume for 13 years. So
crazy.
Yeah, I remember meeting Billy at OB Skate Park. I was filming with Dobie, like a skate park video, and here's this young dude just like cruising around, super smooth, like just riding. I was like, oh wait, Billy. So we just like talked for a little bit, and he was on Volume then, and I think I was on that company Freed, but like he got a few clips in the Vital video that we made.
Oh yeah,
yeah, me and Dobie, and it's like cool. Then eventually, obviously, I got on Volume, but to see like, oh dang, but knowing his history and how he got on is pretty insane. Like how he worked his way up. Like you said, like was it a video contest? Or like you said, a Twitter contest.
And then they saw my clips, I guess, and they were like, let's give this guy a shot on grassroots, which you still have to pay like 40% off the parts or whatever. So I was like, oh shit. I remember getting the call from Kenny. He's like, I was with all my boys out riding, and I'm like, dude, I just got a call from Volume. This is insane. That's so sick. Everyone was stoked. Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Do you think 6 years? 6 years seems like a long time.
Maybe was it 6 years, 5? I don't know.
But
it was.
Yeah, like, I mean, not saying 5 or 6 years sounds like a pretty.
I was still in high school when they gave me that opportunity, like 12th grade, I think. Because I remember I had a cult hat in 12th grade that I think, because Robbie was always coming to Long Island, somebody gave it to me, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I was like, Volume sent me the frame. I'm rocking with them. So that was a long time. But I don't know. When did that? 2015 is when I. No, it wasn't 6 years then. It must have been like 4 or 5.
That's not too bad.
Yeah. No, because it was grassroots and it was AM and no, it was like 4 years probably. Yeah.
What about? I guess I don't know necessarily how to ask this, but like when Panza had his like cult video that he was off, and he alluded that there was dudes on the team that like were still talking shit on YouTube stuff. Oh, did you have that experience with that as a pro?
I can't speak on his experience. I have no idea.
No, for you,
but,
because I just wouldn't think that would still be happening. Yeah, like just now? Even as a pro rider, or do you have that vibe from people?
Of course, you'll get some like dudes on Instagram. You like Dig has been posting me here and there, and like you'll get a comment here and there, like, oh, Billy Perry's a cornball, whatever. And I'm just like, sick, dude. I don't give a shit. Like you're out over there commenting on Instagram, and I'm out here just trying to do. I'm focused on what I want to do. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying. I'm riding my bike. Like I don't care if whatever I'm doing on YouTube rubs you the wrong way. Like you're not my. If you're hating on me. You're not my. I'm not.
Those aren't your peers. Exactly. Like I felt like Panza's was like it was other dudes on the team or like the
volume
peers.
Was much more. We had some amazing times on volume. Even and like Mastroni, you would feel like is more of a core dude.
Yeah,
he was always like supportive. Like he understood. Like he got it.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah. Maybe at first maybe it didn't click, but nobody ever was like, yo, that's lame, don't do that. I never heard anything behind the back. And Mastroni was like the most supportive, and like I was a little worried when I started that I would rub those guys the wrong way, like the older guys on volume, and it just never happened. So
yeah,
that's really sick.
That's good. Yeah,
that's why like 2015 when that clicked in my mind, I was literally like, I don't care if I go pro, I don't care if people don't like this. This is what makes me happy. This is what I want to do.
Yeah,
and then it worked out, and I was like, wow, everyone's because obviously the LZ thing happened at the time, Stranger, and everyone played. I mean, it was a weird fit, Stranger, very two different.
Yeah.
The volume was way more chill.
Yeah. That's always my statement on it. If Adam LZ got put on Mongoose, nobody would give it a fuck. No, you know, like it would have been like, hey, great fit, get kids on bikes. Like
I'm like conscious enough to know. I know like if I left volume, like there's not really many places I would be able to call home that would be a natural fit. Maybe I could do just like I'd rep them or like. But I wouldn't mesh on the pro team as well. You can't put me on Sabrosa. Like I don't. I'm not that style. As much as I love those dudes, I'm not like. You look at my style, you look at what I'm doing, I'm not, you know. Yeah. It just doesn't make sense. I'd have to go to like a corporate company or something like it. Yeah. It would just make sense. Or start my own, which shout out to Mike Brennan. Yeah. 2018, Rhode Island, he came over to me on a trip and I think he had like poison ivy all over his face. He's like, yo, let's start a bike company. I'm like, what do you have to do? Like, how can we do this? And he listed, I'm sure he'll talk about this in his podcast, but he listed everything we needed to do in order to make this happen. And they were in their old warehouse. There's so many pieces. They needed a new warehouse. They needed a distribution. They needed a rees. And then everything, like it took years. And it all piece by piece, things started happening. They got the big ass warehouse. They started distributing. They needed a parts company, Theory, to put on the complete bikes. And it was just like, this is happening. It took a long time, and it really panned out. And then we launched it last year, and I feel like it's exciting because it's a weird time to do it. There's especially a lot of bad still moments from COVID for a lot of people that are dealing with that, and it's just a risky time to do it. But we throughout those years put every piece in play to make it happen, and it worked out. So now it's exciting because one thing that I was so bummed on was I got my complete bike with volume, and I love that, and I was like, I can sell these. Like people ask me every day, if I go on my DM right now and swipe up, it's either a kid like, what BMX bike should I get, or can you give me a free bike? It's like two questions I get. And I had my one complete bike with volume, which I'm very grateful I got that. But then the next year, like they had already made the decision to not make any more completes when they did that last run, and I'm like, shit, like, and the bike sold out. It did well.
They were everywhere.
People are watching my videos who, you know, maybe they're people who are young kids. People have that misconception, right? People think that people who are watching my YouTube videos are all young kids. It's not true. The biggest demographic is, I think it's 18 to 24, and then the next one is 25 to 36 or something like that. It's those two demographics, and some of them are obviously the kids, but we get people, like I ran into 3 or 4 kids at the skate park the other day, and they were probably 2 years younger than me. Like, yo, I saw your videos in 2020 during COVID, and we all got bikes. Like, we love your shit. I'm like, that is amazing. They had FTL gear, they had FTL volume frame. I'm like, yo, you guys are the best. Like, thank you for telling me that. I think that's the best feeling, and I feel like it's hard to get into BMX if you're trying to push
piecemeal in a bike.
You have to get into it and learn. The best way to get into it is just buy a complete bike. Save, I think $400 is that sweet spot. It's a little expensive, but it's, it's not skateboarding. Buy a complete bike with 3-piece cranks, whatever they are, and just build on that, because bikes are good now.
Bikes are good.
I wanted to do a video when the Rickson bikes come out. I want to go to Taiwan. I want to leave my bike at home. I want to go there, build up a bike, and just ride it and do a jam. Ride it for the week, do a jam at the end, give it out, and be like, they're good. They're still good bikes. Anyone could ride them. But that hurt for a while, not having a bike to sell since 2018, I think. So that's like how many years of just missed people that I could have been like, hey, I recommend this bike. This is exactly what my bike is at a cheaper price point. And then finally doing
having a clean answer and being like, this bike is a good value for the money.
Like people ask me, and if I see their message, I'll be like, oh, check out these websites, or this is a good price range. This is a good bike. But I'm like, now I'm pushing King, Fit, whatever I see on sale. I'm like, this is a good one. Get it.
Yeah, this is the bike builder. Frame is in there.
That's not my bike yet. That's like Corey Walsh mixed with some brakes. Yeah, this is a bunch of people's bike now still.
So steering, you go through the whole thing. Steering.
Okay,
through,
wow.
Hit change.
So change. Boom. I got my forks. Add to build. Okay, it's getting closer. Let's do the next thing. Headset. I'm gonna put my bars to Odyssey. Boom, wall stem right there. Add to build. This is easy. All right, changing the grips. ODI, soft, long necks. There it is, right there. Boyd Sprocket, the third one on the list. Best cranks in the world. Where are they? Yeah, you could like put your bike together and see how it looks, and like the Thunderbolts. Boom, I love those. Odyssey Super Circuits. Nothing compares. Ooh, it's looking good. Can we raise the seat post up on here? I think that's it. That's my bike.
Yeah.
The seat needs to go a little higher, and the ODI bar ends aren't in there, but that's my bike.
You can build Dennis's bike. You can build any bike you want. They have some templates in there for like an S&M build or
That's
a
crazy.
trail build or anything like that. So Source Bike Builder.
It's crazy. You really watch your bike come to life.
Shout out to Source BMX. Thank you so much for supporting us for a couple years now. Appreciate you guys.
Big time supporters are the best.
So, thank you. Back to the show.
Yeah.
I know you talked about like a few minutes ago, putting the pieces together, and while making Rickson and anything that you've built, have there been any doubts? Or I know you're pretty big on manifesting. Like, are there some of the, like, what was your process within Billy's head to like solve these things that probably seem more difficult?
That's a tough question. I mean, there's always days where you wake up and you doubt if something's the right move, or you should do this or take this opportunity, or I don't know. I feel like I just kind of I sit on things, I kind of let it work out and see if it's not right. I won't act on it, and if it feels right, I'm gonna be like, yes, let's do it. But I haven't had doubts with anything FTL or Rickson. Obviously, I have a lot more support with Rickson. It's Mike and Sean in the office on day-to-day operations, so that's, they're over there. We have meetings, calls. It's just all confident, like, yeah, we're gonna do this. It's gonna be great. I'm like, there's no doubts. It's like, okay, how can we do this the coolest way possible, the best way possible? So. No, I don't know. No doubts there. And watching them piece it together piece by piece over the years was like solidifying in the way of, yeah, we can do this. It's strong. There's a foundation for this, and then
I feel like hearing Mike's answer, because it's like the middle of COVID, and then there's this like weird period afterwards, and it's like they're trying to build this up, and it's how do you stay the course?
How do you
when everything gets all crazy. So
Merritt's been killing it.
Yeah.
I go to the warehouse all the time. I see what they're doing, and I talk to Mike all the time. We were walking to the premiere the other night, and Mike just like grabbed me. He's like, "We're fucking doing this!" It's
reassuring. It seems.
Yeah, it's reassuring. Obviously, there's going to be times that you have to make hard decisions and tough decisions, but I feel like the hardest part is starting. So we started, and it's just, how do we move up from here, and how do we keep going? How do we make cool shit? And Sean's doing the designs, dimensions, geometry, and all that stuff, and tubing. So Sean's a genius.
Who is Sean for the people that don't know?
Sean Curran. He used to be at Animal, and now he's Merritt Rickson. He owns Merritt and Rickson with Mike. He's like more of, I guess, a silent owner. But yeah, he's behind.
Extremely good designer.
Great bike rider as well. Extremely good designer. Like, you go in there, you watch him do his thing. He's not doing catalog parts. He's in there making the shit custom, 3D printing it, looking at it, tubing it together, and like, yeah, let's sample this, let's not, and like, yeah, he had fun helping me with my frame for sure.
That's amazing.
And yeah, it's just good to see those guys really getting after it. And,
cool.
I don't know. I don't know if I hit the question.
You're
good.
No,
you're
then
killing
and
it.
then some. Yeah. You got another one there?
Oh, always.
I like your list. You got the little stand.
What are we at, like 2018 now? I don't even know what we're doing.
So what's sponsorship to you? Like
sponsorship.
Yeah, like what goes into being sponsored, or a professional BMXer or professional
sponsorship
athlete?
There's a few different ways to look at sponsorship these days. There's long-term sponsors, there's sponsored brand deals, there's podcast sponsors, but I feel like it has to be a mutual beneficial partnership to both brand and person, where it makes sense, it's a good fit. And you have to be able to represent that company in a way that, you know, is in a positive way. So, I mean, it sounds cliche, but like, you should be able to go to a dinner with somebody who has who's from marketing, who has no idea about BMX, and you should be like, why are you a good fit for the brand? And it might not even talk about BMX. You might just talk about like family life and just be a clean representative of what they're looking to do. I hope I'm answering the question right, but
no, you're good.
I would say good representation of like a good sponsored rider is DeMarcus right here sitting in front of me. Look at this guy. He's got the Adidas on. Always representing to, you know, to the max and doing your job. Like, you can't just sit home and like, oh, I'm getting, you know, whatever it is a month, $4,000 a month from an energy drink sponsor, and just expect them to pay you and you're not doing your job. Like, you have to go out and ride and film, and obviously people get hurt, but this day and age, you have a duty to sell product for a brand if they're paying you, you know? So if you're hurt, you got to still keep posting. If you have archive stuff, even just day-to-day stuff, it's so easy now. TikTok, people just love to just see what the hell you're doing on. Yeah. You know, I've been messing around with little funny videos on TikTok, just like voiceover shit on old stuff I have, or like I did a bike build the other day, and I was like, oh, it sucks, and I did 2 million views. I'm like, wow, people want to see this. But like, you could just, there's always content to be made, whether you're riding or not. And I feel like maintaining good relationships is really good for sponsors. Like, the sponsors I've had for years. I've been with Volume for 13 years until I left on good terms. Leaving on good terms is very important to me. I don't like burning bridges. This is a small, to everyone listening who wants to be a sponsored rider. You have to love BMX. You have to, you know, you're not riding BMX to make millions of dollars. It's not like football or basketball, but you have to love it. And it's a small community. It's very easy to burn a bridge and leave a bad taste in people's mouth, and word gets around. So I feel like you have to be a good representation for the brand, for other people. I'm kind of losing my train of thought here.
No, you're killing it, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems, I would think like choosing the right sponsors too is important, because if you back it because you're actually into it versus
you have to love what the people that you're working with. Like, I've been with Marriott since 2015. Shout out to Montana Ricky. He came up to me, Pans and Augie at LES in 2014 and 2015, and was like, yo, you guys should ride for Marriott. And I thought he was joking. I'm like, I barely knew Ricky at the time. Like, he's just joking. Like,
they know his personality.
Like, I don't think Mike's going to want YouTube guys on the team. Like, I was just assuming, you know, because Mike's a raw-ass, badass street rider. Yeah. Mike ended up being the coolest dude ever and loving it. So then we all rode for Marriott at the time, and I maintained that relationship with them. It was a really good fit. I liked their products. And then Ricky came back to me like a year later, and he's like, I was serious. Like, I want you to be on a Merit. And I was like, okay. And I looked into their products, and I remember the P1 pedals were like the coolest pedals I've ever seen. Pedals are so sick. Mm-hmm. Still, I ride them every day. They're my favorite pedals. And I was like, that product looks amazing. I like this brand. I like what they're doing. They have a lot of potential to be a really huge BMX brand. So I'm like, yeah, this makes sense. I want to ride for Merit. And because I think I was riding Volume and Demolition parts at the time, and then I just wasn't on Demolition, but I was getting free stuff maybe. And it made sense. And then still on with them. So it's going to be 10 years next year, or maybe it is. I don't know. It'll be 10 years next year.
Wow.
Crazy.
Congrats.
And thank you.
Yeah.
So it has to be a right fit. You can't just like, I would say a lot of the sponsors I get these days are just one-off brand deals, but 99% of them are just, okay, they're offering you money, but that makes no sense. Like, why would I work with this brand? I'm just trying to think, like, off the top of my head, like, I get shit.
I always use mattress companies.
Day.
Yeah, that's always the one because those were floating around for a while, like the mattress company Ghost or something like that was going around for a bit.
Yeah. So I'm sure if you're really crafty, you can find a way to do a really cool, funny video with that or something. So some things make sense. Like, some things, the money is just so good that you can't turn it down. But a lot of the time, 99% of the time, it just doesn't make sense to take that sponsored deal if it doesn't align with your brand. And I think having a personal brand is very important to be a sponsored rider. There's people who are amazing bike riders, but at the end of the day, you have to be able to work with a brand and sell product, you know? Yeah. And that's just, it sucks because there's so many great bike riders.
I think that's where a lot of dudes are, where they're just like, I just thought I needed to ride bikes and that was it, and be good at that. And it's it's kind of always been like that. You can run through the history books of BMX, and there's a lot of amazing bike riders that didn't go very far because their personality didn't mesh with You know, I always think of Zach Gerber in a sense because I think he's fucking hilarious too, but he's pretty brash and he was pretty fucking loose and wild back in the day. Yeah, and so it just he couldn't go very far within the industry, and that sucks. And that sucks, you know. And then now it's this idea: not only you can just be a normal person, but you almost need to be this like marketable personality. And I feel like you are pretty normal. Actually, like you're not like
that's a compliment.
Like, what's going? You know, like you're not like boisterous and over the top for being like as successful as you have been on YouTube. I think during Feeble Talk, I even said something. I didn't rewatch it, but like I said, like you walk the line very well of being
you did say
approachable. And being about BMX and like presenting it in a good way without like feeding into the YouTube,
I appreciate that.
YouTube black hole, you know,
the clickbait titles and the drama.
Yeah, and I have to do a camera cut every 4 seconds or something like that, whatever that algorithm is of hooking people and stuff like that.
Controversy and drama is not my my go-to. Yeah, you know, I don't like it. I like to do what I like to do, which is ride bikes and just document stuff and make cool shit. So I don't know, I appreciate it. That's a really good compliment though.
Normal.
I've met some crazy characters over the years, especially at different events and whatnot, of people who are social media YouTubers or TikTokers, and they're just like, whoa, you are
intense.
Wild. Not my cup of tea. And like I never really cared. Like I love doing YouTube and stuff, but I never cared to like collab with other people. Like I have to want to, you know, do stuff with you. Like I'm not gonna see you have 2 million subscribers or whatever it is and just be like, oh, I can make a cool video and like
I can get something.
I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I would love to work with people I like to work with that I think are like fun. Like I think I met with Ryan Taylor in London a few years ago, and we were probably talking on Instagram or whatever, and he's just like, yo, I want to take you around London. And I'm like, that'll be fun. But I never gave a shit like, oh, he's got millions of subscribers. And I'm like, this guy knows London. Like, we're going to have a good time. And we did. We had a great time. But I never was like, Ryan Taylor in my video or trying to gain off of him. And he wasn't, I don't think he was trying to gain off of me. It was just like, yo, let's go ride around and just do some fun shit.
Real natural.
Natural. Yeah. And then I mean, not other people are like, yo, let's work together. And I'm like, on what? Like,
like, am I going to be explaining myself?
I was the opposite with Ryan Taylor. I was like, because he hit me up at points for like when we got the @BMX account and stuff like that. And he was like, oh, let's do something. I was like,
well, that's why
you stay over there. I'll stay over here.
That's why I brought him up, because he's a controversial character. But I was like, I know, you know, some people have different opinions on certain people, but he was always in drama, and that's not my thing. But I'm like, I'm not going out and doing, you know, breaking into places with him. I'm like, he's going to show me his city. Like, I would want him or anyone to hit me up in New York. I'll show you my city, you know? And that's just what it was. It was just normal, like, fun stuff. It aligned.
Same with and when you have, like, pure intentions, the other shit will fall in line, you know? So it's good to... Because I feel like when you go after shit for the wrong reasons, it's like it becomes transparent, and then people see it and they're like, oh, he just wants to hang out because he thinks he can like get some followers or get some clout or whatever those
you learn over the years, like who are your real friends, and like who will just hit you up when they need something or like want a favor. And it sucks, but like you gotta... I have a couple real close friends that like will check in and hang out, and like some of them don't even ride. I'll have the best time with them, and I think that's great. Like I know a lot of people in BMX have been in this industry for a while, and I respect a ton of people, but I have a few close friends that I consider like, you know, those are my boys, you know, and a lot of them live in different cities. Like Jaron lives in San Diego or LA, PJ lives in France, Mazer, one of my best friends ever, moved to Spain.
He did move to Spain, right? Yeah.
So I had a wedding here in Cancun last year with my wife Ashley, and it was amazing, but I'm like, damn. Like all my best friends, like I have a few friends from home too, but like Bill, obviously, shout out to Bill, and Pete. But like, I'm like, damn, all my friends live in other parts of the world. Like, and she's like, you don't have any friends. I'm like, they're just not here. But that's amazing. Though. That's BMX. You know, BMX is an amazing thing for traveling too. Like I learned so many life lessons from BMX, and opened my eyes to just different cultures, different foods. And I think that I would say, I've thought about this for a while. I would say that's the most important thing I've learned from BMX, is just meeting people from around the world and experiencing new cultures and being able to travel. Like I've spent most of my money going back into just traveling and projects, and then like, because I never had that energy drink or shoe deal where they're like, oh, here's your travel budget. Now it's just like, okay, I want to go to that contest. I want to be at the jam in Copenhagen. How can me and my friends go? Like, let's figure this out. And then dump some FTL funds. Let's do an FTL promo in Copenhagen. We can make it to the jam, make a thing out of it. Like, and that, I think traveling is my favorite, you know, byproduct of being a pro rider. Like, that's.
Well, speaking of traveling, who's Camila Cabello?
That was
I forgot about that.
So did I. I would have totally went through this whole thing
Yeah.
without going on that.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing that up.
No, yeah.
How do you spell her last name?
We'll shout out Nigel and Ralphie for this one.
Shout out to those
Nigel
guys.
Sylvester,
Yeah.
huge inspiration my whole life. New York
He's the man.
legend. You guys, come on, obviously know who he is.
Uh-huh.
It's like a stupid little TikTok I made.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
Is that the one we should click? Or should
Yeah, go for it. That's
yeah,
just
this will
like,
give this the.
I think that was the one in Miami, and like I had my wife come out to that one. It was really cool. Just like, I mean, this is a small stage. This is they had two different stages. This stage was a little bit harder to ride, really tight. Yeah, but it's just like, dude, what a different eye-opening experience. So a totally different lifestyle of just, you know, and like, this is choreographed. We practiced a lot on this, and we had to learn different shows the day of sometimes. Like, hey, we have a new stage today. We have to, when we're doing a 40-minute show, we have to figure out our cues. And it's not just going out and just freestyling. Like, I did that once for an Ashake concert. I think you ever heard of him? Ashake. He's what's that shit called? Afrobeat guy.
Oh, got you. Yeah.
Sick. And Ralphie got me that one. I was in the middle of a merit trip, and shout out to Mike. He's super cool. I'm like, Mike, I got this opportunity to go ride on stage at sold out show at MSG tonight. Wow. I was like, would you mind if I went? And he's like, no, dude, go. Like, what are you doing? And I had the flight booked right then, went, did the show, and then came back to Toronto in the morning.
Wow.
But like, that
That's
was just
amazing.
like going there and like riding on stage. There was no choreograph. It was just free balling it. You know, just like, oh, ride on stage, don't fall. But the Camila shit was so cool. And I think people always wonder how I got that. That was Nigel's friends with Camila, and her choreographers, Calvert and Sarah. Calvert is a big fan of BMX and bike life, and he wanted to include BMX into her kind of schoolyard, playground, skate park aesthetic. And so got in touch with Nigel, and he had Ralphie on a call with me and Jaron, and we were trying to figure out like a third rider for it. I think Kevin Peraza was like the go-to number one, but he had the X Games, the whole thing. Like, there was just no way possible that he could have done it. And then they realized, like, as we were like on this call, they wanted like a bike, or we figured like a bike life guy would have been like a good addition, and it was great.
DZ, right?
DZ, yeah. DZ was the guy, and he killed it. Like, he locked in, and Ralphie would always give him shit for like parking up late or something, but like, you know, being a little off cue, which was funny. But yeah, when the moments were like really intense, like there would be stages like smaller than this table where she'd be standing and singing, and he'd have to wheelie around her for like 30 or 45 seconds.
Jeez.
And if in practice he'd miss like 9 out of 10 or like almost fall off, like foot fall off and then like fall in, and he's like, no, I'm doing it, and just locked in and do it. But yeah, so we choreographed back in last year. I think like I paid for myself to fly out just to like put myself in the opportunity to maybe get the thing, and I was like, yeah, they
yourself.
Yeah, and I told them like, hey, I have to go to Germany for this thing with BMW, like, and they were like, it still had 4 days to do it for rehearsal, and I'm like, they're like, yeah, we can make it work, and then ended up flying out. The first 2 days we didn't do anything. And then it's like, oh, that's a holiday. And then they're like, okay, we have 1 day to do it. I'm like, I'm going to rehearse for this whole show in 1 day. Like, did it. And then we had a few days of rehearsal in Lisbon before the first show. And yeah, flew to Germany, and then came back and had to study music that wasn't released yet. And like half the songs I couldn't study because they wouldn't give me the files. So I just had to study like Senorita, like our main one, a few other ones. So I think we're on like 5-6 songs. And just study cues of music I've never really heard before. Like, I obviously knew who she was, but yeah. And then Lisbon, practice, got it locked in. The ramp, we get there, and we gave them the dimensions of the ramp. It's like, oh, it's gonna be perfect. Course, yeah. You know, it's gonna be like the 6-foot mini at Green Lawn Skate Park, best ramp ever.
That ramp is sick, by the way.
Yeah. So I went there and practiced 1 day beforehand. I'm like, oh yeah, I got this shit easy. Like tail whip air, tug no hand air. I got my tricks down. We get there, and it's like a fucking vert ramp, and and that ended up being the best one. The Lisbon one was in 2 shows. They shipped it from Lisbon to the last show in the UK, Glastonbury. But in between, we had Morocco and Denmark. And oh my God, I would love to airdrop you the picture of the Morocco ramp.
Yes, I mean, if you, I can put it in afterwards.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Dude, it was like a 6-foot ramp with 2.5 feet of vert, straight up and down. And this was the show. So the first show, let's go to the first show. Because this was like a life-changing moment for me. This was like the coolest thing I ever did. We get out there, we see Neo, maybe, I think he was playing, or somebody was playing like a bunch of hits.
Neo,
we saw the crowd at Lisbon, and it was just like 80,000 people, and it was like,
crazy.
That's insane. For real. Like, we're doing the shit. Because you could do it in a studio all day. It's just like 4 people watching you. The choreographer's Ralphie, and like, he was the BMX coordinator, by the way, Ralphie Ramos.
Shout out to Ralphie.
Shout out to Ralphie. Yeah, Ralphie and Naja really held that down. And Ralphie's the man. He made sure everything went smooth. I know he's going to be watching this, so try and get him on the podcast.
I'd love to. I love Ralphie. I love Ralphie. Yeah.
Because people don't really see the work that he puts in behind the scenes, and I think he likes that though. But like, gotta get him in front of the camera sometimes. But he makes a lot of shit.
Yeah, it's funny because I actually checked his social recently, and it's been like months and months since he's posted something, and it's like, that's like one of the ones where you're like, I'm doing a lot, but I don't feel the need to post. Like that's like one of those things. So
yeah, I look up to him a lot. Shout out to Ralphie Ramos.
Yes. Kind of the same
He was the BMX coordinator, you said, right?
Yeah, he got hired to do that, and like, that's not even really a job. How do you choreograph BMX? Like, he just did that on the fly and was like, yeah. And then he would just study the music. He'd watch our footage and be like, don't look right. And like Camila and her team, like, they just thought everything was cool. Like, they were like, cool, like, that looks good. Like, obviously they had some critiques, but like, Ralphie's sitting there watching it like, nah, that looks whack. Like, we got to figure this out. And then we'd actually work on it. You know?
It's cool because it is such a big stage, and if it is being seen by that many people on a regular basis, like, it should look.
It's a lot of time
cool.
That audience first time seeing BMX.
Yeah.
80,000 people.
Yeah, it's not your average audience to see BMX, so it's a totally different, like, impressionable audience. Like, how do we make this look cool?
Yeah.
And the odds are all against us with this ramp being skinny and just steep and terrible. And the one dude who was the filmer was a Spanish BMX guy, like Ruben Alcantara, like, influence guy, and I could tell right away. He had that, like, you know, you ever seen that bike muscle, like, right here?
Oh yeah,
I'm like, this dude rides BMX. I asked him because he kept watching us, and I'm like, yo, you ride, don't you? And he's like, yeah, I do. He's like, I ride bowls, and he tried to ride it on my bike. He's like, this thing is so shit. Like, shout out to him, Eric. But going out on stage, I think 15 minutes we're not on, and then we go on, and it's just straight to it. Like, sit on the deck, and we have to like act a little bit, you know. It's like out of my comfort zone. I'm not a very loose guy. I'm stiff. I'm like, you know, I don't know. It's out of my comfort zone. All the BMX sure.
muscles you've built up.
The BMX,
because they're like I saw some clip where she was like, "This is Jaren, and then this is Billy," like, and you know, there's like
riding
some,
on, touching and rolling around
and then we're sitting with the girls, the dancer. We have to like do a couple moves, and I'm like, bro, this is not my thing, but I'm gonna try.
You guys made it look natural though.
But
you survived,
and then just getting out there and doing it, and like, dude, I drop in, I do 45 seconds around her on her solo. She's singing up there, doing the thing. It's like a pretty epic moment.
Yeah. At
the end of the song, I just drop in. It's supposed to be me and Jaren going around her, like, but the ramp was so steep, we couldn't do it together. We did it in rehearsal, and then we're like, dude, something bad's going to happen.
Die.
Yeah, she's going to die. So I did that part, and then you're out of it, and you're just like dizzy as shit, and then you have to keep going. And
45 seconds back and forth on a tiny ramp. Yeah,
I'll get to Morocco in a second. But then we do tricks, and I knew that they were filming one part, so I'm like, I'm gonna do T-bog and a bar air. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna do my thing. I bar aired. Man, you know when you sit in the back seat, I manualed down this ramp, and it was like, I almost shit my pants. I was like, bro, I almost died in front of 80,000 people, but I played it off
and sent the bike
so
off too.
Smooth.
Bro.
It's on my Instagram. Yeah. If you want to see the clip, it's on there. It's in one of the first dump. It's like
that's amazing.
It was rough, but I played it off. I'm like, woof, did that? Yeah, no big deal.
These 80,000 people don't know what just happened.
They have no idea. That was the scariest moment of my life.
Oh my god!
But yeah, we played it off, and like I say, that moment that we ended. No, keep going. It's from 2024 June. Not that one. That was Mexico City. That was an amazing show. That one, and I think just scroll through. Yeah, that look at that
thing
that
look
ramp.
That ramp is tight.
And those stupid roll-ins were there for no reason. We didn't want them, and they were just messing. Like having to carve around her on the roll-in side, I kept bumping my front wheel off the coping.
This is the thing I saw.
No, it's a different one. But I think this is right here. Just keep an eye on that bar area. It doesn't look like much, but to me,
airing that thing looks ridiculous.
Yes, it's
right here coming up.
Yeah. My heart sank because you're sitting in that bar, you're stuck. You're just like, oh shit, it's happening. And this was the part that it looks like nothing, right? But that
is dizzy,
terrifying. So next show was Morocco, and the ramp, like I said, was like 2.5 feet steeper. 2.5 feet of vert. Worst ramp I've ever seen in my life.
2.5 feet. Wow.
And
so I almost hit her. She has
Morocco.
64 million followers.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
Pretty big deal.
Yeah.
So all over the world.
So that was last year's tour. That last year into this tour is the CXOXO tour, and that was the vibe. She's doing a different tour right now, totally different like stage songs and all that stuff. Which it was cool to be a part of this. We did a whole bunch of countries and stuff, but
how many shows in overall did you?
9 or 10 or 11, something like that. I don't know. We even did like Saudi Arabia, Mexico a few times, Atlanta, Miami, Portugal, Denmark, UK, Morocco. I'm missing some, I think.
Yeah,
but it was Vegas too. Yeah. It was cool. Morocco, I almost hit her. It was I dropped in, aired it, and I was just new. Like you're hitting a vert, you're going up straight vert, so you can't carve wide. You're carving up and down.
Mm-hmm.
I came down and I'm just looking at her like I'm like shoulder to shoulder with her, coming down like angled going towards her, and I just like kind of like did one of these.
I'm like, think thin.
Oh wow!
I'm like, bro, I'm gonna be in an Instagram reel with hundreds of millions of views, plowing Camila down, and she had no idea. She's in the zone, just doing her thing, and but she'd have to stand right on the X, so it would be in the middle. And I think this one she was standing a little bit forward, so it was like, fuck.
Oh
dude.
no! Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm dropping. I'm just looking at her off center. I'm like, oh, this is where it. It worked out though. I didn't have any accidents. I think it was like a hot bar spin. You can do.
Yeah.
You can do a hot bar spin all day, right? Now do a hot bar with sweaty hands after riding on a half pipe for like 5 minutes, and then like, dude, like even rehearsal, I slipped a few hands. I'm like, this is like the hardest bar spin of my life right now. On a skinny like thing that goes out like this, like don't fall off the stage, don't drop a hand, and like,
oh man.
But like the dancers, they fall, they do something, but it's not about the fall; it's how they recover, and that's what they said. But like, you fall off a bike, how do you recover from that?
How do you recover from that?
Slip a hand, it's in your chest. You're like,
Even for like the bike life, dude, if he puts a foot down, it's not that
same.
crazy. You blow off the back. On a bar.
But if you fall off that stage,
it's like half pipe like this.
Catch your back foot.
Like motor down on stage, like it's not good. But yeah, that shit was amazing. I got to say, after the Lisbon show, that was the biggest adrenaline rush of my life. Like the highest high, I was just like, I need to do that again right now. Like was incredible. 80,000 people. It was sunset. We did some during the sunset. Like sun was up, sunset, and then nighttime. So it was just like the most amazing feeling of my life. Just like natural high. Like I don't even know how to explain it.
That's 80,000 people.
Yeah,
80,000.
And you just nailed your routine for the first time ever. It's just like you're like, I fucking killed that shit.
Wow.
Yeah, I did that. I was like hugging Jaren backstage.
That gives me chills, bro. I literally have chills listening to that. That's
sick.
amazing, bro. That's so
super
good.
cool experience. I'm glad that worked out. And it's just like different lifestyle. Like, BMX, you're sleeping on floors a lot of the time. Just like you're hopping in the van, but like this time they put you in 5-star hotels. You got a Sprinter van waiting for you. It's like, holy shit.
Flying business class?
No. BMW. BMW.
Shout out to BMW.
Had that lie flat seat to France a few weeks ago. That was real nice. Yeah, BMW is very, very generous. They're cool. But Camila, she had the jet for one of the shows, which wasn't like Nigel's Go Ride jet, but it was cool, private. Popping some champagne on the plane, on a private plane. It's cool. It's insane. It's like totally different. And then it's like the next day after, I remember I did a show, which is so sick. I did a show and it was like this insane Mexico City hotel with this like shower that was bigger than this room, like drop heads. I'm like, what is life?
Yeah, what
is
And then
life? I was on a merit trip like right after that with Brennan, and we stayed in Cheese House. And shout out to Chi, sick ass new house. And I just saw his like workshop room with like, I'm like, yo, this is a nice little private room. I like this. And I'm like sitting and I put a little cot in there. I'm like, yeah, this is fucking sick. It's like low tech on the wall. I'm like, yeah, this is cool. You know?
Very
totally different.
Yeah,
like,
completely different.
Yeah. And his bike stands like right above my cot. I'm like, this is fucking cool, man.
That's so sick. That's a very, very interesting life. And like seeing so many different perspectives and like not from long periods of time like apart. It's just like literally
it's the duality of BMX.
People to like, oh well,
riding in a back alley full of piss, you know, like just laying on the ground. Me and Greg Henry always joke about this, but like he always says, how many people? There's not many people in life that will just go and sit on the pavement on the street. Like most people go their whole life without sitting on the ground or like in the street, and like we're just in a back alley full of piss grinding the sledge, like you know. Most of the time, it's like it's the duality of BMX. You could be in some crazy places, good and bad, but it doesn't matter. It's just riding BMX, you know.
Speaking of places, go ride.
Yo,
you almost missed a bachelor party.
Oh yeah.
For going to the go ride?
So none of that Camila shit, none of that other stuff would have happened if I missed the first go ride. Nigel invited me, and I had Ashley's brother Brad's bachelor party in Miami, but I was gonna go because it was Brad and super cool dude, and it was the whole family. So I'm like, I'm gonna go. And I told Nigel like I can't make it. I have to be in Miami this weekend. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, dude, I can't turn this down. Like, there's something an opportunity I wish I could have got my whole life, and like I didn't grasp like the whole concept of it at first.
So this is Nigel's jam that he was doing.
London to New York,
one day.
He does it annually. Yeah. This year will be the third one, which I think will be announced in 2 days. So by the time this is out, go ride August 9th. We're doing New York, flying to Miami same day. And then 2 jams in one day, and then Mexico City the next day, which would be sick.
Sick.
But the London to New York one is crazy, man. And I almost turned that down. And I remember like 3 or 4 days before, I was like, Nigel, I'm like, is there still room on the jet? He's like, yeah, you're in last spot. And I'm like, I'm coming, I'm there. And then the Camila, none of that stuff would have happened from that, you know. And then I feel like the BMW stuff would have just maybe not happened or would have taken longer, you know. But everything started happening. Started snowballing. So it was like certain little butterfly effect thing, like me saying yes, like I have to go on this, like it's important for my personal life, my career, like it's a big moment just to be there, just to do it. And I know I've known Nigel forever, but I don't think he really ever knew me or spent much time with me other than just from Jaron, or like I got to know Ralphie as well. So yeah, shout out to those guys, and just you know, open up a bunch of cool opportunities and shit, and like it's a lot. It's cool.
Yeah, it's such a big spectrum of stuff that you just named, like the go ride, the Camila tour, to sleeping in the room with the bike overhead, and like BMX trips. It's like,
or being on a volume trip. We would end up on some random dude's house, like 12 of us, just sleeping in the middle of like the desert somewhere. You remember that?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's like
Josh was like, oh, we're not gonna go hotel tonight. We're gonna stay at the homies, and it's like 12 of us on one floor. And I'm like, all right, cool. Whatever,
it's kind of a testament to a lot of early stuff that we just talked about like
Jaron was
not
there
boxing
too,
yourself in, you know, like with his YouTube video part, while working and trying to not necessarily balance these things, but taking them as they come. Like that's such a, like, if you guys listen to this and like just think about how crazy it is, 80,000, like it's a lot, and that's proof sick. To that. A lot of the times your opportunities may come through like saying yes, but
you have to make yourself available.
Yeah, just make yourself available. So,
and it's like you don't know who's watching too. Like it's one of those things. If you handle yourself proper in any situation, you don't know who goes, he didn't bitch about that. You know, like we handed him a fucked up ramp, and he didn't like sit there and be like, I can't fucking do this. Like he just got it done.
Denmark,
you know, like that goes a long way. You don't know who sees that.
Camila's mom said, we don't expect you to ride in Denmark because the ramp was so shitty and shaky and like moving while they were building it. And she's like, it's dangerous. We don't want you to go out there and get hurt. It's not worth it. Like you can sit this one out. we got on it. I'm like, this is better than Morocco. I'm like, I'm used to sketchy shit. This is fine. I'm like, the ramp's moving, good. Whatever. Like,
yeah.
She's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, this is good.
This is what you do. Dang, that's so sick.
So she loved us, so it worked out.
She didn't realize that, you know, like the BMX day jam, we were holding the ramps up with fucking 2 screws and some drywall last night.
She's like, this is a liability right here. Yeah. So another, to your point, making yourself available. And like, even if it, you know, investing in yourself, if you have to buy that plane ticket for an opportunity that might not pay off, but it might pay off, sometimes it's worth it, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of the times it is. Meeting the right people. All it takes is meeting the right person. Like, if you want to do something, and we'll get into the BMW thing too, but that was, you just...
Investing in yourself. Yeah. I know you're real big on that. Like, investing in yourself, like you just said, it really do. And also, you probably won't even know if you didn't, like, so that kind of, like, if you do, you're trying to do something good, right?
Yeah.
So you're trying to move forward, which is, like you said, fall forward. So
fall forward,
man.
It's a risk. It's always a risk, man.
Yeah.
And I like that. It's part of the game, you know. You got to put yourself in an uncomfortable position, and hopefully.
I like the phrase, you don't know you did it, because it's like he did the, you know, just because he's doing one thing doesn't mean that the other stuff down the road falls in line, you know. So it is one of those things. Like, like, oh, I fucking did it. Like, you're like, nah,
they just did.
Yeah, who knows?
Still moving forward.
Wow. You brought up Greg Henry.
Yeah.
You want to defend yourself on the beast?
Yeah, I said what I said.
Oh, dude, it's so
Yo, do you guys know the Prosciutto Prince?
Prosciutto Prince.
I don't know who that is.
Exactly, it's Greg Henry, bro. I'm not blaming you guys for not knowing that.
I'm on your side.
I will say
I'm on your side.
I know Jay Miron. I didn't know his nickname.
Yeah.
Listen, I used to watch Dave Volker do shows when I was 5 years old. Like, I've known BMX my whole life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you see Dave yesterday?
No, I didn't. I saw his son.
Dave was there.
I didn't see him.
Yeah,
I wish I did.
Fucking he texted me at 10:40 last night. He was like, dude, today was so fucking sick.
That's
like,
amazing.
I was like, thank you so much for that thought. Yeah. You know, like, for me, like Dave Volker sending me a text at 10:40 at night, like, after spending all day just standing around at the jam watching, is like, it was pretty sick.
I was almost like, I saw the video through, like, Castillo's story, and I almost, like, attacked him.
I felt a certain way when I saw that. I love Castillo, and thank you for everything you've done, but that was, I felt a personal
almost attacked
attack.
him.
I was like, whatever, bro, I don't care.
Me and Mike was talking about
like,
you guys, like perspective and giving these things, and I want to say Albert too, and we just thought it was like, dang, this is kind of crazy that, like, not that you guys don't know, but people expect you to know certain things. It's like, well, BMX exists on so many levels, and whether it's like a age, or like a lot of people don't even know what Deadline is, which is completely fine.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know what Criminal Mischief is, which is completely fine.
In a sense, it's BMX's responsibility to talk about it more. Yeah. You know, like, in all honesty, and you know, we could be mad at Jay for not doing the podcast. He probably would have watched.
And I saw somebody comment on that post, and it was like, oh, Dan Lacey showing them youngins how it is, and I'm like, Dan didn't get any of the questions in the last video. He didn't know any of them.
Yeah.
You know,
like,
people attach themselves to what they
yeah.
feel like you should know, and realistically, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah. And also, they called me at a bad time. I had like 4 or 5 beers at that point, and Peter Adam comes up and starts asking me history questions. I'm like, dude, come on, you couldn't.
Come on.
Yeah.
No, you guys didn't do bad. I respected it. Everybody's
it's funny.
side on that.
I don't usually go back and watch videos like that. Like, I couldn't watch the full one. I just don't like watching myself for whatever reason. That's why sometimes it's hard to edit my videos. I don't know, like, seeing myself on camera, and like I've done projects where I've never watched the final after it's gone live on YouTube or whatever it is. I'm just like, oh, sick, it's out, cool. Like, I
let it be.
Yeah, let it be.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. So I didn't really see the full one. And then I saw, now I can't hide from it because it's just the snippets. I'm getting tagged in reels every day. And every time I go on, it's like, oh, there's my face right there. It is what it is. I don't care. I know Jay Miron, though. Obviously, like, I don't know. I grew up watching so many props and everything. Like, I have long history of BMX, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, in the moment. Yeah, it's in the moment.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Good question.
It was good to meet Greg. I was like, oh, yo, you're the beast.
Yeah,
like
this guy, bro. What did you call Greg again?
The Prosciutto Prince. It was just one of his old Instagram
I like
names.
it. Yeah.
Greg, I love Greg, man.
One of the
He's
best
so
crank
funny.
armors in the world.
He's fucking incredible
savage.
rider.
Yeah.
It's BMX's. We need to tell those stories and talk about that shit more too. That otherwise kids, some 15-year-olds never going to know, you know, like it's just,
it's wild.
It's
like
not an option.
We're just, I'm an old head now. People, your kids at the skate park call me Unc. I'm like, damn it, bro.
Yes, come on, dude.
I still feel
Uncle
18,
Billy.
Which is good.
Well, speaking of feeling and being Unc now, you are married.
I am.
I know you mentioned Ashley. I met her.
She's
really,
great.
really
She's
nice
the best.
lady.
I wouldn't be here without her either. I've been with her for 11 or 12 years now, since high school. She was like, I started dating her. I've known her in high school. I've known her since middle school, actually.
Wow.
Started dating right after I graduated. So, yeah, with a very supportive, loving wife, Ashley. She's the best, and she supports everything I do. She's actually out here in LA doing some hair stuff, so we support each other. I helped to convince her to quit her job and start her hair business, and she's killing it. So we love to see each other, you know, do more. And it's a weird dynamic because we're both business owners. So it'll be like a Tuesday where we could just go out and do whatever, or it'll be like a Sunday night where people are having family time. We're like locked in. We're working at like 1 a.m. on a Sunday night doing emails and shit. But like it's great. We push each other. So, and then we'll probably try and have kids next year. So. You know,
oh man,
that's a fill out the new car I got.
yeah, dude. Yeah, you put in the wagon,
the wagon to use, you know.
Yeah.
But there was something I just wanted to say before I forget. I want to shout out my agent Brad Lusky because I know I had that written down. I wanted to touch on that earlier. But shout out to Kyle Carlson as well. He linked that back in Hastings in like 2019 or something and put that together. And like, yeah. Brad Lusky Wasserman, he's the man, and I think he's Dennis's agent as well.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Yeah, so shout out to Brad if you're watching this. Appreciate it.
Yeah, shout out to Brad,
awesome.
man. Yeah.
It's cool shit. But also, like, I wanted to talk about that as well. Like, agent's not for everybody. Like, you can't just expect to get an agent and start getting jobs. It doesn't work like that. You know, got to put yourself in the position and sometimes you got to do spec work as well. This is like another part I wanted to touch on. Like sometimes you have to do a project out of passion in a way that maybe you want to do a real project. And this is one example, like the fashion brand Loewe sent me a couple of things from their recent line. This is like years ago, and I was like, dude, they sent me like a $2,600 backpack. Like they didn't ask for anything except for like a story. And I'm like, Alex, shout out to Alex Canova. He's my filmer. This is another thing. Like, when I say invest in yourself, this was a risk I took. He was gonna move to Florida, I think, with his parents, and then he called me. This is like right during COVID started, and he was like, yo, I'm gonna move, but I was curious if you need a filmer or a photographer and want to try and work together. And I was like, dude, I don't know if I can afford this. Like, took a risk and it like paid off. Like we work together on everything now. So like he's busy doing a whole bunch of other stuff as we both grow apart. He has his media company, which is amazing, but like we both push each other. And like if something comes up, like he'll be out in South Carolina shooting with me on a huge production next week. And like he's just my guy. So it's good to have like all the FTL stuff too. So just like sometimes you need to find somebody who gets it. Have a filmer. Have a homie who knows how to film. Don't have the homie with the fish standing over here who's smoking a joint, like not giving a shit about your clips. Even if like, take him out to lunch, take him out to dinner if he's filming your clips all day. Like whatever you can afford, just put in.
Appreciate him.
Put in what you know.
Wow.
That's
beautiful.
But what I was saying about what were we talking about?
no,
I just totally forgot.
That's fine.
Well, it was from Lusky to that.
Work.
Spec work. Yeah. So
the Loewe thing, I paid Alex. I was like, yo, let's do a little shoot for this video. And like they don't expect anything. We can do whatever we want. And they're not even gonna really post it or anything. But I'm like, it's a cool opportunity. It's a almost $3,000 backpack. Like we can do something with it. And I paid him. We went out in the city. And I thought we filmed a sick ass video for it. And like a month later, I got a campaign for a fashion brand. They wanted like 5 photos, and the pay was amazing. And they're like, "Hey, we want a reel too." And I'm like, "Yeah, we could do that." We gave them like tons of photos, like 30 photos. They were so stoked. Collab post, and like the pay was amazing. And I'm like, I don't know. I could speculate that it was from that one thing, or something else. But I'm like, it probably was. I'm like, did this, invested in this project, paid Alex, promoted it for free, whatever. And then this came from it. Wow. And like
effort.
Yeah.
Effort. Yeah. Effort is like the paramount to everything. Like that is what is
showing what you can do as well.
Yeah, and it's to that thing that you don't know who's looking.
You don't know who's looking, exactly.
Like you put effort into that reel for free for no reason other than that you wanted to do it and somebody was looking.
Yeah.
Like
oh, these guys do good work. And then like they don't have to hire a production company or filmer or anything.
Yeah.
They're just like, hey, you go out, do your thing. You show that you can do it.
Yeah.
And Jaron does a great job at that as well.
Yeah,
And
I can't tell what's spec work for Jaron. I'm like, dude, is he fucking?
There's no spec work for Jaron, bro.
Yeah, that's
There's
sick.
no spec
Fuck
work.
yeah, that's
Jaron
awesome.
is getting it. Jaron is killing it.
Yeah.
You too. You go out and get it. Like, I love seeing you. You're the perfect. We already talked about the perfect definition of a professional sponsored bike rider in every aspect. Go out and get it. You just go out.
All right. Any advice as you looking at myself about being a professional bike rider that you could give a person that you see in that light? Any advice of things that I could do better?
Man, that's tough. I don't know. That's like you do everything on your own.
Well, there's no wrong answer.
More no-handers.
Okay.
More what?
No-handers.
More no-handers?
I like a Demo
I don't
no-hander.
know if I can do those now.
Yeah,
I don't know. Do you post on TikTok?
I do
Post on
randomly.
Facebook?
I have a Facebook, but I'm locked out.
You post on YouTube Shorts?
Every now and then.
Okay. Do
Random.
more.
Do more.
I do everything now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, another thing.
Are those monetized for you and all that too, like TikTok and all
TikTok,
that?
I just figured out that you have to do minute-long videos.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
which I can't do riding though, because it gets a disclaimer.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about TikTok.
It will
It's
get
like
taken down. I've had my
dangerous
account almost
activity.
banned.
Yeah.
I've lost a lot of. My friends have lost a lot of their accounts on it as well.
Yeah.
So I know like you can put disclaimers in it, but it will still get that thing. And if you get that thing, you won't get paid. So and then it will just throttle the views slower. But so my new thing is like I can do trip. Shout out to PJ Martini in France. He put me onto this. He does a lot of TikToks and like you'll look at his page, you'll get a couple hundred views here and there, but then like he'll do videos all the time, and some of them are like 5-10 million views, and those are hitting. And the revenue on TikTok is pretty good too, which I just found out the other day. I'm like, holy shit. So I did I'll talk about it. I don't care. I did that little video which PJ told me to do. I did the packing my bike in the little bag thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is kind of whatever. No one's gonna like this. It's very niche for BMX riders. I guess it had a good hook. It got 2.5 million views on TikTok. It made over $2,000, which is nuts for a video that I wasn't even gonna put out.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, and I had fun editing it. I'm like,
That's sick.
it's something like I like challenging myself in a different way, like a voiceover.
Shit, I'm about to go take my bike apart right now.
I suggest everybody. I want to see everybody winning, bro. Like I there's so much different opportunities out there. Like, that's just new to me, and PJ told me that. So I mean,
that's
Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat's something I don't know about, but I talked to Rizzy yesterday. He's still doing it. It's still the thing. Like there's something for
he said that the burden of getting in there is insane though. Like he broke down the thing. It was like I don't know, 4,000 hours watched in a 30-day time period.
It's kind of like YouTube as well.
Yeah, but like think of the long form on YouTube, 4,000 hours watched on like short ass videos on Snapchat. That's a fucking lot.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's the same thing with YouTube Shorts now too, I think. Yeah. It's like you can get monetized for shorts, but you have to hit that criteria.
Yeah.
Yeah, starting, it's the hardest part. And once you start, just get it.
You'll never get there if you don't start.
Could take one video. That stupid video I made, like most of my videos do shit numbers on TikTok because it's just dangerous acts.
Yeah.
You know, 5, 10,000, 20,000 views, whatever. Like for an account with 200 and something thousand followers, like when I started, it was big, and then they started throwing those disclaimers on, and then it just like put it out, and it just goes right down. So I mean,
what about like the phase of like YouTube with like security guard interactions and kind of that like shock stuff and kind of obviously you did it at a point, but
people
like
still
I felt
ask
like
for that stuff.
I feel like you
in a
controvert I guess like more in the Ryan Taylor sense, but not to that extreme. But like your everyday interactions and kind of leaning into that of like
I never was into
the content, following the views versus the content you want to do. I guess is maybe.
I mean, that was more so like when probably we were out every day riding together doing the same thing. Like even we'd be on trips trying to find that content, like trying to fish for content.
Yeah.
I hate fishing for content.
Yeah.
Like I just want to go out and ride and do shit. Like I'm not looking for a security guard to get mad and fill in my video or trying to get my friend to do something that he doesn't want to do to get views. Like that's just not, I don't know. I don't resonate with that anymore. I never really did. But yeah, like I would do security guard challenge videos. They're on my YouTube, but like that's the title, and it's like, okay, we're gonna go ride this spot, see how long we last. We're not gonna like egg this guy on. And, yeah, fuck you, buddy. Like, and just try and fish for clips. They'd just be like, oh shit, we're here for 2 minutes and we got to go on the next one. Thanks, have a good one, see ya. And people like that because you're just, you know, it's honest interaction. It's
Being
just respectful. What it is. And sometimes you could ride a spot for an hour and be like, I did that in Japan. I was gonna do a security guard video in Japan. Where you remember you did that up rail, like hop over up rail in Shinjuku?
Yeah.
Around that area where it's like you can't ride that area. It's security guards everywhere. It's just thousands of people everywhere. I went out and I rode the other day and I just put on the little Insta360 Ace Pro on there and just rode around for an hour. And I was like, dude, I haven't seen one security guard. What's going on? There's no people here. It ended up being a holiday. But like I was just going to go around and be like, yo, guys, look how you can't ride any of these spots. You step on there and they're like at the door like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, like no. Like you know what it is. So I was like, oh wow, I actually rode all these cool spots in Japan and nobody bothered me.
Oh, that's amazing.
What day was that? I want to go there for that day, because that is Japan is very difficult to ride when it is not 3 a.m, basically. Yeah, you have to go nocturnal.
Yeah, it's the best place in the world though.
It is amazing.
I think.
Same favorite country.
Yeah, same.
For me. Yeah,
if you like food, if you like culture, clean culture, just be everyone's respectful.
Clean, bro.
I literally, like, when I was at the end of the jam yesterday, I made it a goal. I brought some trash bags and I was like, dude, I'm gonna just go pick up all the trash because I was like, just being in Japan recently and like I know how they are. Like I've experienced it, and it's like they're in a park partying, hammered. They're all fucking belligerent, but then they all just like stumble around and pick up their shit, you know. And it's like it's so inspiring that I was like, dude, like let's not just have this shit in the morning where the sun comes up and it's just
leave the place how you found it. Put your shopping
I mean,
cart
it's not.
back
It wasn't
in the
necessarily a clean thing, anyways. But like, at least there wasn't more shit everywhere afterwards. So it is an inspiring place. Like they ash their own cigarettes into their pockets. Yeah, they have little like pocket
carry your
trash
with you. And they smoke those little cigarette things where you put the cigarette in. It's like doesn't make smoke.
Yeah,
like I've never really seen those.
Yeah,
it's like a vape, but they put their cigarettes in it and just evaporates the smoke. It's interesting.
I mean, if you get deep in the culture of Japan, it is a wild,
it's
wild
great.
place.
Which is Japan. Yeah. Shout out to Motobanka, Daisuke, Peggy, Hikaru, all those guys. Rahito, Alive Industry. I've done collabs with both of them. Amazing people. They do great things for the scene. Not even just Japan now. All of Asia, Motobanka Film Festival.
Yep.
Love those guys. I've been there a few times. They always show me a good time, me and my friends. So
fuck yeah.
Shout out to them. Big time.
Oh yeah.
I forget what.
I mean,
Demo,
yeah, Demo's got a list here. I love it.
I just want to see more platforms taking advantage of you.
More platforms,
yeah, just on everything. Instagram is not the only one.
Like, I'll take.
There's a lot of audience out there. There's a lot of people on Facebook that have no idea that I'm on YouTube or anything.
If you know anybody at Facebook that can get me my password, because I post with my Instagram and it still posts on the Facebook, but I cannot get into it.
No way.
Yeah.
So
old email.
Old email and old phone number.
Ashley too, she can't get in. I'm like, shit, that sucks.
I'm gonna have to charge it.
See, Brad, somebody has like a Brad Sims account that just posts AI like bikes, and I'm like,
I got a DM about somebody selling a bike, but it wasn't actually Brad, and I sent it to him, and he was like, I can't get it taken down.
Garrett's Facebook used to be funny. It was like some Indian guy years ago or something, like some guy in India posting crazy shit.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on, but me and my friends used to joke about Garrett's Facebook back in the day.
It was pretty funny.
That is pretty funny.
I do want to touch on that too, because I had an agency running my Facebook years ago, and I had 2 different agencies. So the second one was posting some crazy corny stuff, like repurposing my content. I was like, that's a little much, but they still did their thing. The first one built my Facebook up from like 10,000 followers to like, I don't know, 100, 200,000 followers, which is pretty cool, just on real old content. And then the biggest brand deal I ever got, which was through Brad Lusky, through Facebook. Amazing deal. I just beta tested software for Facebook for a thing that was rolling out, and it didn't even go to any of my audience on Facebook. It was just for the engineers to like do it, and it was like, I remember just every day talking to my phone for 45 seconds, be like, hey, I'm gonna go out and ride today, this and that.
Yo, I remember that.
Sound bites.
Yeah, the soundbite shit.
It was insane, and that was just because I had an agency running my thing, and they were like, oh, he's active on there, cool. So it was like one thing led to another, where like they're repurposing my content. I might make some money from ads on Facebook.
How much does the agency cost in real? This is for myself because like we have, all we have is old content, and then it's just like repurposing that.
You can find agencies that will take, I think, 40% of the ad revenue made.
Oh, so nothing out of pocket?
No, nothing out of pocket. Because they work off commission. Yeah. So whatever money you make on the ads, they make 40% or whatever the deal would be. I don't know, some maybe 60 or 40, but like it's just repurposed content.
Yeah,
so
shit that you wouldn't.
Which
have
ended
anyways.
up being like, okay, this is my worst deal in as far as like a money split.
Yeah,
but doesn't cost me any time. Ended up being my best deal ever.
Damn.
Through like just
I feel like
there.
it's like Billy's helping me now more than like anything else.
Yeah. I love to share advice. Anyone can ask me. I've had kids ask me like, how do I do more of this, and I'll give them the answer. And like some people left me on red or unseen. They just because it's not like just
maybe
do this, it's gonna work. No, I'm
yeah.
like you have to put in the work and put yourself in this places.
Yeah,
like, it's not just gonna come overnight. You have to. I
love it.
Yeah, for sure.
Masterclass.
It is. Yeah, that's what
I learn every day.
Yeah.
I try and learn something new like all the time. Like TikTok to me is fresh. I'm like, I just learned TikTok.
I've been challenging myself to like ask those certain questions about like advice. Like I listened to this podcast about like finding your ego in a lot of the situations, and ego doesn't necessarily mean have to be a bad thing.
Yeah.
But in any situation, like I thought about it when we were talking. I was like, so what is that I can do? But it ultimately allowed me to try to be a better listener, but also be open to taking advice in multiple forms. And even looking at my kids and like watching how they interact with people. Like my son saw Billy the other day. He's like, I know you. I see your YouTube videos. And like me watching it, it's like, oh, dang. So what can I do to get him to not be more involved with BMX, but more so feed into what he really likes without me trying to persuade him to be into something. So like listening to his interaction with other people. And that's why I asked the question. But it is extremely insightful. That you also give detail. You're not just saying like giving a blanket of like, oh, just do this. It's like you're giving like the foundation, but you're giving like the nails, the screws, the shovel,
that's cool.
Pickaxe. Yeah. Giving the tools to build the foundation.
To me, I don't. I'm just rambling on here. I don't even know if I'm making sense.
No, you're
cool.
Yeah, you're killing it.
And you came to the premiere the other night with your kids. That was awesome. Like they were looking fly as hell. Just like you were sitting front row with the kids. Like
it was their idea. My daughter's like, let's go up there. I was like, all right, I'll follow you.
Super inspirational. So sick to see that. Yeah, real professional. You know? He's not sitting there drinking beers, getting shitty. You know, he's there with the kids, looking.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
thank you.
It was cool.
Fresh.
Trying,
setting
man.
a good
it's
example.
on them. I follow their lead. So, BMW.
Ooh, that's a fresh one. And I hope this. Well, I tried to time this right, but yeah. So news. I'm after years of doing like side things with them. I'm officially a BMW USA Ambassador.
Okay.
Which came a little bit as a surprise too, because back in November of last year, my German connects. Shout out to Fabian. He's the man. He told me he wanted to do everything to get me a car, as they do. It's easier for them to do in Europe, in Germany. Like they can give you a press car for like a year or whatever, a loaner car. But in the U.S., it wasn't a thing. It's different markets. Everywhere in BMW is a different market. So it's connecting to BMW M to BMW North America, which was a challenge that they haven't done necessarily. So we had to find the right person. And it was just like months of he's like, I'm trying to figure it out. And then this is like, I think I went to the 24-hour Nürburgring with them, and then we met for a beer and a schnitzel in Munich, and then we talked about it, and I'm like, oh man, this is crazy. Like just the fact that they were even considering it. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, this is the coolest thing ever. Even if it doesn't work, it's just like they considered it. And then, time went on, and I think we were in Taiwan together, and we were riding. I was in your Airbnb, and I was like, I got to go back and have a Zoom call with like,
I remember that.
It was like midnight or something. It was like 3 different time zones, like Taiwan, Germany, and USA. And then they were like, yeah, we figure out which car you want. And like, I already knew I was an M5 Touring. They're like, perfect. And then they're like, you spec it out exactly how you want it.
Oh,
and
man.
Then, it was just like a dream. And then the other guy, I don't want to air anyone out, but my US Connect was like, yeah, we want you to be officially represent BMW USA as well. And you'll have, we'll have certain things like events and stuff and other things we can do together. And which was insane to me. Like, I'm signing a contract with BMW.
Amazing.
And then, they just seem really stoked on it. It's like a new thing. It's myself, Greg Una, and Adrian Williams, who's a Peloton instructor. Greg is a jeweler. Mm-hmm. So it's the 3 of us on this totally new program. And it's cool because I deal a lot with M in Germany. So everything I've done up until this point was from M in Germany. And I'll say exactly how I got in that position, which I've never done any other time. I literally, the CEO at the time made an Instagram account, and he had like 400 or 500 followers, and he was verified. So I'm like, oh, this is the real. I just sent him a DM like, hey, and I was in London at the time. I was like, hey, I have an M2. It's my dream car. I love it so much, and I forget the exact DM, but I worded it very short and sweet and straightforward. I was like, I have some great ideas I'd love to run past marketing, like that maybe could work out. And then he opened it like a week later when I was in London, and I got the DM. He's like, oh, hey, Billy, nice to meet you. That sounds great. I'll put you in touch with the marketing department. I was like, no way. What? No way. And I forget why I was talking to Nigel at the time already. I was texting him, and he called me. He's like, yo, tell him right now that you'll get on the plane to Munich and you'll have a meeting tomorrow. And that's what I did. I stayed up with Bill till 5 in the morning in London that night. Like, after I got the email from them and responded back, and then I got an automatic reply at 5 in the morning saying that they're out of office. The lady was out of office for like 3 weeks on summer holiday. I was like, But whatever. Then, like, you know, there was a project that was going to come out of that. But then COVID happened. We were going to do a road trip. And then, but before that, the guys from Germany invited me to Scottsdale for a press event for the X5M, X6M launch. And it was cool. It was like myself. And we were I was the last group, and I think they just invited me as like a fringe invite. Like they were like, let's just see what this guy's about, you know, random BMX guy. And it was Matt Watson from Carlisle, and just myself. And it was like the end of the trip for them, so they were like ready to just like, you know, enjoy a dinner, have a couple beers, and hang out. And it was like all stress off their back. They were just chilling. So I went out and drove the cars, hung out with them, had a couple beers, and it was like, you know, we're not talking about cars or BMX. We're just talking about life. And then I met the one guy, Martin, he's another department now. I owe everything to him. He's the man. He invited me to a few things. I met a few more people, and just now I'm like, I know a lot of people over there, from the CEO to vice president down to like everybody in marketing, and just like great people. They're the coolest. It's like BMW is like, it feels like me. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how BMW's never been like conservative in their design language, which I think is really cool. Like when the G80s came out, everyone was like, oh, this car's ugly. No one's going to buy it. I saw that car a year before it was released, and I was like, this thing is insane. And then when I saw one in person, I'm like, yep. Yeah. Like, that's a car on the road that you're going to see, and maybe you'll still hate it, but like,
I think it's an earmark of like a good design. I always trip on that because it grew on you so much. I was like, dude, this thing is like, it was like, you know, you're like, what the fuck is this? It's like, it's disgusting. Like, and then a year later, you're like, actually, they're fucking onto something. Like, I'm into it now. Like, and it's crazy how that the design can be so forward that I don't want to accept it. Like that's your initial reaction. It's like, I don't accept. It's too different.
That's why I love them.
And then it grows on you, and you end up loving it.
It's one of the reasons I love them.
I had an experience. I would take my car to the BMW dealership and have it serviced or whatever. And every time I would drive it in, the guy was like, "You got the wagon, yeah."
Dino's got the wagon for anyone who's curious.
I walk inside, and the guy was like, "You want to check out the new G80s?" I was like, huh? What's that? It's like, no. I was like, oh, this car is crazy. Like, just seeing it in person, like you said, it is like,
it's a different feeling.
Yeah, it's like, and even being on the road in one pass, you're like, damn, that thing's taking up the whole lane. Like, it's just like, just a lot of
see presence. That grill coming behind you? Like, that shit means business.
So, man. You guys passed me on the freeway the other when we were going to the premiere, and I was like, damn, look at that fucking thing. And then you went in front, because it's, I mean, my car's blue. Your car is very, very blue.
Yeah.
And then the press car that you have right now, the M4. And then I parked, and then you guys drove by me again, and Brendan was in the passenger seat, and I was like, oh, that's fucking Billy.
Oh man, that's so
I was like, oh shit, I would have revved on him or something.
Brendan told me he saw you when he said you found a spot. We were looking for a spot for like a half an hour.
Yeah, I got lucky. I got lucky. So but so obviously, like when did that relationship start? When was all of that, like that first message to the CEO?
2019 summer.
Okay.
And then met them for the first time in 2020, I think right before the pandemic happened, which I got lucky by like a week.
Yeah.
So I think I went to Arizona. This is like late February maybe, or late January. Somewhere around then. And then I went to San Diego for a few days right after that. I remember put the video out from that trip. And then everything started shutting down. The NBA shut down, and I flew home that night, and then like got COVID like a week later, or like a few days later.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I don't have it. And then I couldn't smell. I'm like, I got it. Yeah. So it was just like the perfect timing of just getting in there like that. If that event didn't happen, maybe nothing would ever came about it, because then it shut down the road trip that we were supposed to do in June of 2020, which COVID was an amazing time for BMX in New York City. Yeah. Everyone was riding. You could ride anything, and it was just great for videos, all that stuff. That's a whole different story. But yeah, a couple events here and there. Did it on the racetrack with them in 2023. Yeah, did a little activation. I jumped like the little marker thing they do for the BMW M Hybrid V8 race car they have. I went to the launch for that. They were super cool. They gave me a press car to when I proposed to Ashley in Austria in Hallstatt. Oh, that's so we got the convertible G82 right when it came out. Like, wow. Bucket seats, riding around. She hated the bucket seats. But riding around like the Alps for a week. So they've just been super supportive with everything. And I think like the one thing I like flew myself out for was the Nürburgring 24-hour one. It was just like timing and whatever. Like I couldn't. I just had to like rush in and rush out around the Camila thing. So I got my ticket, and then got to drive with the CEO, Frank, in the M4 CS right as it launched. It was like the first time they showed it. Oh, wow. One of the first time they showed it. And I was like, got to sit on the parade lap they do with like 50 M cars. And I was like, they're like, do you want to drive a car or do you want to sit with Frank? And I'm like, I'm sitting with Frank. Yeah. And Frank's the man. Yeah,
this is the car that's in front of the house right now.
Yeah, that one exactly.
That is it.
The exact spec. Yeah. That thing is hot. It's a weapon. It's a track weapon. And it's on Cup 2 tires, which are like, they look like they're bald almost.
Are they staggered wheel setup or no?
I know my touring is 2021, 20 in the front, 21 in the back. I think this is the same. I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. I've never owned a G80 or G82, so I don't really know too much specifics, but I'm an M2 guy. F87 M2. Yeah. I've had two of them.
Yeah, beautiful car, mean looking car.
Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous car. Yeah,
that is the exact spec. Yeah, that is with the red trim inside too.
I don't think you can really customize them, to be honest.
Oh,
I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
which is just you're just getting a track weapon.
Yeah,
it's sick, but it's no cup holders in there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I guess I didn't know what that was for. That's for the key. Okay, cool.
Wait, where?
You see where the key is? Right by your mouse. Like a little bit to the left. You see the 3 stripes?
Oh,
stripes?
Right there.
Yeah, right there.
Oh, you put your key right there.
I didn't
That's
know
funny.
what that was, but okay.
That's so sick.
Yeah, man. What I like you talking about it. If I could like sort of put myself in your shoes. You're like, dude, what the fuck? How did I get here? Type thing. Dude. And then you get that call of like, you're one of the 3 people that are ambassador.
And that's just like getting in the door and making something happen. Now it's proving to them like what we can do together.
Yeah.
You know, because they've seen the stuff that I've done on my social media, which is all just Alex and myself just going out, and then they love that I'm proactive with ideas. So I pitched them a few ideas of things that like the first time I met the guy from the USA, he sat me down and he's like, well, where do you see our partnership? Like, what ideas do you have? And like, I'm like, honestly, I'm just really excited to be here right now. I worked for a long time to get this meeting right now, and he respected it, and he's like, yeah, I don't want your answer right now, you could sit on it. But then like a week later I gave him some ideas, a few more ideas, met him another like a month later, and I gave him one idea, and I'm like, yeah, I think this would be good for like the launch or whatever. And
I really admire your determination and like your approach, and like being willing to take the chance to like not really know what's gonna happen, but
appreciate that.
Well, literally the dynamic of like you having your own company, you investing in yourself, but even to stand in front of something that you don't know if you're sure about it, but you're down.
Oh, I'm scared shitless.
Well, it's
don't
so
tell my mom.
It's so it's real nice to hear, and I really believe you when you say it, because it's like we can make things out to be like they're not stressful. I mean, you ride bikes, so you face a lot of like danger. You face a lot of danger, like grinding rails or doing all these things. But sitting on ideas, then seeing that idea come to life probably is on that scale too, because you know you've taken all these steps to get to that particular point, and now you're doing this.
Yeah.
And you took the chance, like, oh, what ideas do you have? I'm just happy to be here. It's like, what's so good about you saying it that way is that this person saw that he is. Like, he's actually, and you are being true to yourself. And if you would have thought of something, it probably would have been cool, but it allowed you to really live in the moment and to create what is happening next week. So, man, I really admire that. Like,
thank you, DeMarcus.
I
appreciate it
for sure.
Yeah. You'll have to give us other details after. Well, like maybe like FTL stuff, like where that's at.
Yeah.
And,
so.
And how it's going. Obviously, you have the store right now, and
that's like my private studio. I have a storefront for when I want it to be a storefront for like if I want to do events or whatever, which I haven't done yet in the location, but in the old location we did a few. I would say FTL. I had to put a little bit on the back burner. Like I have a whole drop I haven't put out yet, just because I could put it out and be like, okay, the tees are out, the hats are out, hoodies, go buy them. But like I didn't feel like it's. I have to want to put it out. I have to have the effort and the promotion behind it, and like it just hasn't aligned with everything. I've been busy traveling, so I would love to, I need to find somebody to help me out, to be honest. Like it's been and that's I'm my own worst enemy in a sense of like I can't delegate work without like being, I'm sure you guys know, like
micromanaging it.
Yeah, exactly. And like this is my baby. I love this, and this is like a passion project that actually is a business, but you have to be able to trust other people. So it's like it's myself, and then Alex helps with all the media stuff. So, but I would love, and I've had Steve from Peep Game help me with graphics when I don't have time to do that, and Mike, who works for Kid Super now, Mike Nieto, shout out to him. I've had him help me with graphics. Yeah, it's cool. He works for Only now, works for Kid Super. So I have a good like relationship with the people I work with, but like I don't have anyone helping me full time. So it's like it's not on the back burner, but like I feel like now that I got this next few weeks of just craziness happening with the announcement, the car going live, and that's been in my forefront of my mind for a long time. So now that I have that ready to go, like I already feel the passion coming back for like FTL projects and stuff, because it's just like it's been a long time coming. So new drops. I love to do collections. I love to do collection shoots around the world. Like we've done Tokyo, we've done Denmark, obviously a bunch in New York City. But I feel like that being at the jams, like having the crew together and going to jams, Mexico City, just like that. That's the shit I love, And then like, there's no better feeling than seeing somebody out wearing your stuff. Like I was in a Target one time and I saw this dude and his girl, and this girl was wearing this FTL butterfly tee that like my mom, my aunt, my wife, Ashley, they all loved it. And I saw this random girl, I didn't know who the dude was, and she had this tee like cropped up, and I'm like, that is so sick. Like there's no better feeling than seeing somebody repping your stuff out in public. Like I don't know. So
for a lot of people that don't know, what shelves were the first FTL products sitting on? Where was this?
This is in my parents' house, and I had to move back there after I got kicked out for like a few weeks, which is I was like, I don't know where I'm going, so I'm like, Mom, I got a ton more stuff coming in there. Then like, I'm sorry, and there's just boxes and shelves. I had this little cubby in the back room, and it was like 20 tees on there, and I had my little office, and I was like, yeah, I got a business.
I just remember like volume trip, and my first time, I want to say my first time or second time in New York, and I stayed with Billy, and in the room that he mentioned with the parrot that would like squeak and
wake him up at 6 a.m.
Yeah. And I just remember looking over and I saw like FTO products sitting on the shelves, and it was like, oh, that's sick. Like I know, to fast forwarding, when you had, I think I got to visit I think it's the first location you had. Yeah. And I know sometimes you would be on a trip and your mom would go like ship some stuff out for you.
Was that the one upstairs or the one in the
one
building?
In the building.
Okay.
So was that the first one or no?
First one was upstairs at the bike shop, the Vicious Cycle.
Vicious Cycle,
okay. But rest in peace, Vicious Cycle. They just went out, unfortunately. But it was, I don't really think it was like an industry thing. It was more like personal. Yeah. Like some shit happened. But so I took over the other side of Vicious, which is, I used to work above Vicious.
I remember seeing that place upstairs.
Yeah, they had the FTL logo. And then come full circle when I got kicked out, he was like, dude, I want to split I don't need all this space. I don't need all this rent. Let's split it. So I took over half, and it's like the sickest spot ever. So I'm back to right where I started, my hometown, like 5 minutes away from my parents, 5 minutes away from me.
So I did go to both. We did the podcast at the first one.
Yeah.
Then the second one was the store.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Like I just remember, like I saw one of his stories. His mom was like, I think you were on a trip, and she like went and packed some orders.
Yeah, she still does.
Like, it's so sick.
Yeah, Mom Dukes, she's still doing the orders and stuff when she can. If I go out of town, she'll run that. She does customer service and stuff too.
Oh man, that's so sick.
Mom doesn't take shit. If you want to be nasty in the emails, you're not gonna get a nice reply from Mom.
Ooh, shout out to Mom.
I mean, any other questions? I just was thinking like where do you see yourself in like 10 years from now? You know, like I feel like you got a lot of you got a lot of stakes in there. I
don't know. I want to do a lot. I would love to figure out how to give more back once like I feel a little bit more foundation, a little more set in. I don't know what that looks like yet, but I want to definitely I'm not leaving BMX anytime soon. I don't plan on it. So I want to figure out how to do more for the community, whether it's giving away bikes or just rides or anything, just a foundation or something. We'll see. I don't know. It's a lot of work in itself, but I don't know. 10 years. That's long time. I look at like goals that I have in mind and just work towards that relentlessly until I can make it a reality. And 10 years, I don't know. I really like creative stuff. So like just having the freedom to do this project that we're about to do, and that was like all my idea. And I don't know. I like marketing stuff. Yeah. I don't know. Just working with brands,
creating,
creative direction, something like that. I feel like all the stuff over the years, especially with the FTL drops and campaigns and stuff, just opened my eyes to like, okay, you can do this without really any significant budget. What can you do with a budget? Like before we go, I had one story which was funny. I don't want to out myself, and it wasn't legal what we did, but there's a building in New York where one of the biggest fashion brands in New York owns the building, or at least owns the top floors of it. And we were doing an FTL shoot, and it was cold out, it was freezing, and this was like right when they moved in. The bottom floor was still getting redesigned, so there was 2 electricians in there, and it looked like the sickest campaign, like studio, concrete, plants, like. And one of my friends was just like, it's open. That the electric workers they didn't give a shit. They were like, the building's huge. They're all on the other side, and it looked like we rented out this like $10,000 an hour studio that just was like, and we just went in there and shot a whole campaign. And I'm like with no budget.
Right, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was sick. And I'm like, still in my head, I'm like, that's one of the coolest things we did. We just like freestyled it, like no budget, just looked like.
I
fake it till you make it. Right?
I was talking about it yesterday. After like 2 or 3 days of semi lawlessness of like putting together the jam, you have this like mentality of like, after doing this shit for so long, you're like, you kind of do whatever you want, you know?
Yeah, like, were there permits for that?
Yeah, no.
Dude, we were having, Jaron and myself had this conversation yesterday. Like, is this like, and Greg too, he's like, you can't do this in a construction site without like, cops kicking you out instantly. That was crazy. So I respect the hell out of that. That was amazing.
I'll shout out to San Diego Police Department. They were backing
it. Yeah, I guess there's a lot more shit going on in the street than literal shit in the street.
There's some of that too. Yeah, wall shit is what we call it.
Yeah, wall shit.
I just want to make sure I hit everything.
I got you. You ready? Ready for this? From that little boy on his way to baseball games, watching props DVDs on a mini DVD player,
burned in my brain.
What would you say to him, little Billy, as current day? Like,
stay focused, just stay do exactly what you love. Like, I gotta shout out to my grandma too, rest in peace. She was the one who said, like, a few days before she passed, like, keep going, keep pushing through. And like, my mom was like, okay, you're getting a little old, like, you're not a pro yet, you're working a job, you're gonna have to get a full-time job soon, and if you don't do this in the next year, you gotta start looking for a job, like, real life. And I was like, no, I didn't know how I was gonna make it happen, but like, I still don't know how like, every day is just weird. It's like, okay, is this really, what are you doing? What are you doing in 5 years? What are you doing in 10 years? I don't know. Figuring it out. But I love that. So I feel like the mindset and the I always wanted to be a pro rider. And people will say that's corny or whatever, or you don't want to ride, don't ride just to be pro. Yeah, sure. If that's like, if you're expecting money and other things out of it, I always wanted to be like Dave Mirra on the screen. I wanted to be those guys you watched, you know, and just like I would sit in class all day looking at, I was in high school just thinking about, oh, Alex Donachie and Simone, they're all overseas in Europe doing these crazy trips. Like, how can I do that? How can I be that? And I never knew the answer. And
you found your own path to it, which is sick.
It worked out somehow in a way that like I still have had the opportunity to go overseas and ride with my friends and be some of the craziest places in the world and enjoy that. And I feel like you just have to always, even if it's in the back of your mind, just keep that goal in mind and work towards it and don't give up on it. If that's really what you want, you can make it a reality. Whether, you know, even if you're just doing something totally different, you could be a photographer. Like say you don't, I wanted to be a photographer at one point. I wanted to do BMX photography and work for somebody like Ride at a point. And I was like, this is sick. I would do this. But I was like, I'm not that good. But I don't know. It just somehow worked out. I think things will work themselves out if it's meant to be. And it's like, it was always burned in my brain as a kid. And I'm stoked to be able to live that, what I was doing on the way to baseball practice, watching those props, thinking about that, you know, even up until now, just like, holy shit, it's amazing. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
it's a trip for sure.
It's a trip. Life's a trip. Just enjoy the ride. It's nuts. And I appreciate everyone who's tuning into this. And if you're a hater, I appreciate you too. Like,
I don't think you have haters. I don't know. I don't
there's
see
people
anything,
on there. I don't care.
If they hate it, they're gonna have to respect it.
Yeah.
It's like you'll get 100 nice comments and you're like, oh, thank you, amazing. Then you get one dude like, you suck. Like, you're wasting your time. You're like, whatever. You're just like, damn. And then sometimes, like, I used to respond to people and I'm like, man, like, sorry you feel that way. And they're like, oh no, I didn't mean it, I just wanted to get a response from you. I'm like, oh. But some people do mean it, but who cares? They're on their shit, wasting their time.
I mean, I can honestly say it's motivating to hear you talk about this stuff, because I mean, even as somebody like me who does their own thing in a lot of ways, like, motivation is fleeting sometimes, and you need that little pick me up of like, all right, I can fucking do this.
That's
like,
incredible here, because I'm motivated by you guys all the time too.
Yeah.
Like, how you know, BMX podcast, how many are there?
You know,
It's amazing to be here and doing it with you guys. So
thank you.
I appreciate it for real.
Oh yeah,
thank you for having me here. So
thank you, DeMarcus.
Sure.
Maybe some people don't know, but DeMarcus and myself, we've shared a lot of memories in BMX over the years. A lot. We've been on a lot of trips together, and just Mastroni era as well. Like we've done it. We've been places. We've slept on floors. You know, like we said, it's amazing. So it's cool to be back here, full circle. Like.
It is full circle.
Another intersection.
Yeah.
Call it. Yeah.
And then I get to go online and get motivated by his clips and photos and campaigns with Adidas.
You know, I got a lot of work to do. I gotta go posting.
How many people are on Adidas worldwide for BMX? Is you, Brad, and Colin? That's it. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Like,
appreciate it.
That's amazing.
Fuck yeah.
You're the man, dude.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Billy.
Shout out to everybody who watches and supports. Love you all.
Cheers.
Peace.
Oh yeah.
That was cool. I feel like I rambled a lot. But
no, you're good, dude.
That was fun.
It's always hard when you're like searching for the plot in your head, but it didn't ever feel that way.
Amazing. Oh yeah. Proud of you, man. Thank you. Yeah. That was cool. I think we hit everything.
Yeah.